Hello. Hi everyone. How's it going? We got music now. Yeah, we got the music. Well, you can hear it, right? Please let me know if you can hear it. Hey, Advanced Warrior. Hey, Arikan Majer. MT. I think MT, it's Canon Father, right? I'm pretty sure that MT is Canon Father, right? By the way, I was in 1300 and dropped to 1200 for lazy. Wait, what's your username on the site, Arikan Majer? Is it the same? Is it Arikan Majer as well? Also, let me know if the music is too loud. If I should drop it down a little bit, I can do that. Oh, the music is super loud. Okay, I'll drop it down. Sorry about that. Okay. Is that better? Is it better now? I want it like kind of low. I don't want it to be like covering everything. Or drop it down even more. Something like that. Is it better now? I can just keep dropping it down. It's hard for me to know what the volume is because it doesn't give me like a feedback. Still kind of loud? Okay, I'll just drop it by quite a bit, and then you guys can tell me like if you want it higher or not, like that. That's good. Okay, I can do more. I'm so happy that the music is working right now. This is so cool. Like, now it's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, because the cool thing. So I got it on the. Let me just show you. You know, this is what I was talking the other day. Oh, and I got the comments working. Nice. I think I'm gonna try to. You can see the comments here. That's nice. But you know, it's not the best format, but whatever. So this is the music player. There's a little extension that you get it, and then you can play with the faders here. So you have the music, you have the SFX volume, which is the movement of the units and stuff, and also the explosions, which is the most fun part. You know, when you blow up a unit, you hear the nice. And then you have the interface volume, which I try to keep low because it's like the cursor when you move it around the screen. Or like when you click a base and it opens the menu, it goes bloop, and or like you build something, stuff like that. Maybe 1 or 2 up. Now it's a tad bit higher. We had earlier, it was good. You're not open our game. Yeah, no, I know. I won't open our game. Oh shit! I turned off the music. Hear that? Oh, okay, no worries. Don't worry. I'll see you later. So today I wanted to look at some games actually, instead of doing some live games. I might do some later, but I wanted to review some games that I was following on. Thanks, everyone. Don't worry. Have a good day. I hope you recover soon. So show me how you can do that chat stream when you can. What chat stream? You mean this right here that's showing up on the side? It's just like a little thing, a source thing on the Streamlabs that brings up the comments on there. It doesn't work perfectly though. You can see how delayed it is. I'm not sure what's the issue with it. Well, I know, right? Yeah, playing on the phone is really tricky. It's like I've tried doing some live turns on mobile and it's like impossible. Like I have to be zooming in and then I click and it doesn't take it, and it's just like it's impossible. So I use mobile to like just look at games and that's it. Maybe think about a turn or something, and I'll just go into the computer and plan my stuff out and do the actual turns. I wonder if you can actually do the music on the phone. That would be pretty cool. I think that's something that I wanted to look into, like have the extension, and so I can, whenever I'm watching a game, I can have the music. Anyways, let's start with a game that there's a lot of them that I've finished, that I've been following. This is something that I kind of want to start doing because I love to review games. I don't know if you guys think the same thing, but I like to watch at games from other players, like higher level, mid-level or whatever level, just any game that there's there's interesting stuff to talk about, and just matchups and the map and stuff like that. Like, I'm all about the strategy and what, you know, the stuff that happens and the decisions that are made. I wanted to start off with this match. Let's go from the start. And the misclicks once I have to use. Oh, you know, you made an activity with Max on mobile? Yeah. Yep. So we have this map, and let's actually change the music. I'll turn off Sensei, and let's put on Sasha. Not my favorite song, but so this map is it's called Darkest Tower, and it's from the Mariner Cup 2. I can zoom in a little bit if it's too little, but let's see. So it's kind of tricky, but I want to take this off. So let's do like this, and there you go. So now, look at that, much better. And if I zoom out, man, I wish it were much easier to configure these things so it's easier to stream. Oh well, here we got it. So this map is from the Mariner Cup 2, and this is the second map of the tournament. It's a mixed base, no? And so it's a pretty crazy map actually. My match has just started, but I wanted to look into this one because I feel like everyone has been picking Bombald, which is kind of like the most easier pick, I guess. Usually Bombald is like the better one for mixed base in tier 1. But sometimes he's banned, you know, like you have End of Entropy or I don't know, Caustic Finale, like those mixed base, he's just banned because he's just way too good. Here, he wasn't banned. Why he wasn't banned, I'm not entirely sure. I do think he's a very strong pick. But there's a lot of gimmicks, well, like kind of gimmicks or extra features if you want in this map. To start off, it's not your regular mixed base map of like that, like in the sense that there isn't a 2 base area. You know, you usually have a 2 base area, and then you have like 1 base and then another 1 base. This one are all 1 base areas. And so you have, for example, for blue, you have this area here, this area, and this area. And then for, you know, for orange, the same here, here, and here. And then like there are airports, and they are pre-owned, but like they're not next to any base, so it's not necessarily like it's not a stronger base in that sense. And there's no 2 base. And these airports, they're actually locked by the missile, so you can't even make air units until you actually take out the missile. But if you take out the missile, then the other player can capture the comm tower. It's a very very tricky map. Like it's insane. Like you can go on the move planner and just simulate so many different like scenarios. And so I've seen a lot of people picking Javier because there's this tower. Maybe you go for a 2-tower cheese kind of thing of like trying to go for the other one's tower, and then you get the 2 towers or something like that. But it's not very effective because maybe you have to invest too much. I don't know. It's wild. Like it's really crazy. And so in this match, instead we see Sasha and we see Hawk instead of Bombald and Javier. So I was really interested in looking at this game. I would say that Sasha is like favored because Hawk doesn't do very well in mixed base just because there's a lot of early fighting all the time, and Hawk kind of wants to like, you know, chill, stall it back and build up army value. I mean, it's also against Sasha, which is not the counter of Hawk, but it definitely hurts Hawk in the sense that he can't use his power that often as he would want. But the extra firepower is nice from Hawk, which Sasha doesn't have. And Sasha is, you know, she doesn't do very bad in mixed base because she can get more vehicles out, and having more tanks, you know, having that extra tank in mixed base can make all the difference sometimes. It means that you can be threatening 2 fronts instead of 1 in the very early, you know, stages, and it just can determine the whole match. So let's actually see what goes on here. So we got Eunice and Emp. So very normal stuff, you know. This capture phase. Although it's very important to see where they go and capture, because a lot of players will kind of like go towards the comm tower immediately. And if you do that, then that means that the airport gets unlocked and you'll start seeing air units come out, which can be really strong. So, for example, here, Eunice is going for this city, and Penguins is going this way. Wait, this is very strange. I don't know why Eunice went for this city instead of this one. Like, should have gone for this one. Maybe it must have been a mistake. I don't know. So yeah, going for this chain over here. Emp will probably do the same thing. Yep. So this is actually pretty bad because this is giving extra funds to Hawk. But let's see how the extra funds from Sasha play out. So this means Sasha gets a tank right now, which, I think actually because it's Sasha, this means that Sasha's getting first tank, and usually you don't get first tank in this map. I know because I'm player 2 here. Player 2 gets the first tank, so this is a big deal. Sasha, because of the extra funds that she's been accumulating over the past 4 turns, she's gonna get the first tank. Although she doesn't make it. Okay. I guess Eunice didn't want to have the first tank. That's kind of a big deal. But maybe Eunice wanted to make double tank next turn. Kinda wants to see where Emp is gonna make. Wait, what is going on? There's a mech and an artillery here. Okay. This match is gonna be weirder than I was expecting. So, going for this chain. Actually, Eunice interrupting this capture over here to go for this one, which is risky, but it's okay because this capture is very threatened. So, like, if Eunice is able to get it, then they can just back off and then protect it. Because this city right here is very contested, and then this one as well. This one right here. And another artillery. Wow, both going for artillery and tank? Yeah, okay, a tank over here. So artillery and tank. I think tank from here is probably a good decision because you get the adaptability. You know, you get more options. You can go this way, you can go this way or this way. And artillery instead, you can, like from here, is kind of cool because you can go this way and just push forward. It's very simple. Or you can go this way and just push forward. So this base kind of needs a tank. I'm just gonna go for this interrupt over here. It's gonna interrupt over here. So actually interrupted that capture to stop this capture over here. And it's gonna place artillery here, so as to like, you're never gonna get that city pretty much. This mech is gonna move forward. And it's making another artillery and no tank. Very strange. I guess they just want to have more infantry, which is, you know, it's very useful. It's a very like a more economic approach, like delaying when you're gonna make tanks to have more infantry in the field, so you can capture more and interrupt more just with infantry. I mean, it would kind of benefit Hawk in that sense, because Hawk just wants to delay the game in general. I would presume that Sasha wants to like put the pressure on, you know. We got another tank over here. We got this artillery is blocking this city over here. It's gonna prevent Hawk from capturing it. The lack of tank over here is really gonna hurt Hawk very soon. She's going for double artillery. Let's see. So it's probably gonna. Oh, okay. It doesn't take out the infantry. I was gonna use this. It's gonna decide to go for this capture. It's gonna go for that capture, and gonna take out that infantry. Probably puts the artillery. Yeah, right behind. Makes a rocket. Wow. Okay. Okay, this game is wild. I was not expecting this. We got a rocket. We got a day 6 rocket. Wow, this is cool. Let's go. It's gonna take this free hit. Yeah. This tank on this infantry. Fighting into the artillery range here. And there's another rocket. I mean, I'm guessing that they want to take out the missile, and which would enable the airport, but it would also lock the comm tower so that the other one can never get it, pretty much. It's a very big investment though, like a whole rocket just for that it's a pretty big deal. So artillery gets a free shot there. And Hawk actually gets this contested city, which Sasha doesn't have. And has this contested city, which Sasha doesn't have either. So right now Hawk is ahead in income, Sasha. But this is the first tank from Hawk, from Emp. Which is very forced because this tank is over here, threatening over here, so Emp has to make a tank. But this tank may not be enough because there's a tank over here and a tank over here and an artillery, so these can all just like all collapse over here. And a single tank cannot deal with all of it. Like literally you can put this infantry here to kill this one, then you bring the tank here and you put the artillery behind, and then this tank shoots at stuff. Yeah, it's looking very tricky here for Hawk actually. Yeah, like that. You send the infantry, capture, send the tank, put the artillery behind. Yep. So this can very quickly escalate into a base rush. Like next turn, this artillery can be pointing at this base. I guess you could maybe say the same thing about down here. Units has to make a tank. Oh, I guess an artillery. Okay. Oof. That's a tricky artillery. I probably would have made a tank here, just because you don't have a lot of units to cover that artillery. And yeah, both going for the rocket here to attack at the missile. They want to unlock the airports pretty much. And okay, yeah. So the infantry dies there. It's gonna block here the tank with the infantry. It's gonna attack that tank. And actually attacks the rocket onto this capturing infantry instead of the missile. Interesting. Goes for that southern city. It's gonna start bringing all these artillery. And yeah, gonna bring all of this stuff. Yeah, here you really need a tank, maybe a rocket, I don't know. So yeah, first shot of the rocket onto the missile. And Sasha already has her power charge ready, so that means another artillery. What is this game? My game is nothing like this. Wow, that's so funny. And this infantry moving forward to capture the comm tower. Another dangerous thing of taking out the missile is the power charge. Like, yeah, I mean, it's cool because now Sasha has enough to activate power whenever units wants, but it also gives Hawk a lot of free charge kind of thing, so it can be a little bit tricky. So here goes the first copter from Sasha. We're just gonna get hit by the missile. Yep, there you go. And it's gonna shoot at the missile. Ooh, I wonder if Hawk can get a power this turn. That would be pretty devastating. So it's gonna take that tank shot. Another tank shot. Some infantry fighting. I think no power. No, I don't think Hawk can get a power. Whoa, look at these artillery just. Oof! 2 artillery already pointing at the base. It's a big deal. So it's looking like a base trade scenario right now. They're both going for each other's base in these corners. That missile is almost dead. And units are gonna keep trying to push over there. Having a copter here, it helps a lot to base rush, because this means that Imp has to make an anti-air this turn, which is 1 tank less, pretty much. So that does help. And oh, it makes market crash after buying an artillery. Oh no. It could have been a better power if you made the artillery afterwards. And makes a copter. and base blocks themselves here. Very interesting. Not sure why. Oh, I guess they didn't have even enough money to make another one, so it's the same thing. Okay, so this mech is getting a lot of nice hits, and that missile is gone. Yeah, so infantry's gone, recon, because of extra defense, is alive. Gonna put the city. It's gonna get a few shots, and this artillery has no target. It's gonna shoot at this damaged artillery, but these two are still pointing over here. And this one, if it shoots, it's gonna die next turn, and then the base is overrun. So this artillery has to move. This is why, like, you should probably make more tanks or medium tanks or stuff like that. So you make them, and they attack next turn. And it looks like Imp is gonna hold. You know, see, there's more tanks over here. So in the end, although M's base was getting like overrun quicker or sooner, it's gonna be delayed much more. Just look at the overwhelming unit count over here from Imp, and here it's more like balanced and there's more tanks, so it's like there's more versatility. Copters are gonna come in, get some hits there. The rocket is coming in as well, and hey Fluffy. And it's gonna use Market Crash again. So yeah, let's has to move. So it's looking like this base is gonna fall quicker than Hawks, but Hawks is gonna fall quicker, like quick as well. There's a lot of units, of big hitting units coming, and so it's a little bit glitchy. So this artillery is kind of dead, infantry is dead, and base is blocked with a tank. There's no way of removing the tank. So base is 100% overrun right now. It's just a matter of taking this artillery out and then just capturing it. And this one is also gonna fall. This is a smart decision by Emp. Like, if you know your base is gonna fall, sometimes over-investing in defending it or delaying it can actually hurt you. Like making a medium tank or something here, if it's actually still gonna die, you might as well, you might be better off by investing all that money in your other bases to quickly shift everything to attack somewhere else. Hey Jimster, thanks for introducing me to this game. Love Advance Wars on the DS, and I'm waiting for Warside to come out in a few months. Oh, thanks man. What's Warside? I don't know what Warside is. But yeah, welcome. I appreciate the kind words. And where did you heard the first time about like the site? Was it like from a YouTube video? I'm always interested in knowing where people like hear about the site for the first time. So here, Sasha's gonna keep pushing forward. Just takes out everything, and it's actually gonna start capturing. Yes. And it's gonna take a few shots here. So yeah, we're down to a base trade. And we got some city capturing. So now we're gonna see how everything is gonna, like, they both have the opponent's city, the opponent's base, and then now they're gonna start shifting all the forces into the middle to see who can win more areas faster. Maybe take the middle base. We got a lot of rockets. What is this? We got some T-copters also as well. Maybe go for these islands. I'm gonna start capping that base. And kind of pulling back over here. Gonna go for the com tower. So double com tower Sasha, but not really because there's a copter over here. So, and here goes the Market Crash. All these rockets. And a stealth, what? There's a stealth? Oof. Why though? I'm not sure if it's a good decision. Like, you, as Sasha, you want to avoid stalling in this matchup. Like, Hawk is the one that's gonna be benefited from, like, making rockets and making stealths and making, like, I don't know, really big units and to, like, delay the game and stuff like that. Because once Hawk can have a lot of units, then he can get his power and just, like, one hit. And also your stream is me to the site just now. Oh, wow, dang, really? Oh, that's pretty cool. Warsaw is going to be a competitor to Advanced Wars on Steam that uses the same formula, supposed to be full of content. Oh wait, I think I've heard of it. Yeah, it looks very similar to like Advanced Wars. Yeah, it has like tanks and stuff like that. Like it looks really similar. But I think it's been like something that's for a while, like for a year or two. But yeah. Well, welcome. I'm super glad that like the stream introduced you to this. Yeah, super cool. Go ahead and make yourself a user in the site and start playing. It's awesome. Playing against people is so much better than playing against the AI. Okay, so image keep moving forward. I'm gonna keep capturing. It's gonna interrupt the comm tower. Oops. Let me go back. Okay, so this is the problem of doing this on the site. Sometimes it gets a little bit buggy. Let me try refreshing. Okay, nice. So, going for the captures. Just gonna start moving everything down here. Just gonna interrupt the comm tower. Gonna get some hits. I wonder what's the plan. Well, I guess the plan for Hawk, this scenario actually really benefits Hawk, because if the base trade happens for both, then it's really good for Hawk, no? Because now it's like a normal map where you have like one front and one front. Like in mixed base, I would assume they would be better for Sasha than for Hawk, because that would incentivize more fighting. But the base trade, if it's effective for both, then that's kind of good for Hawk. Now it's easier for Hawk to maybe like stall it out, you know, like make big armies and just like stare down and kind of take it to those very late game scenarios where Sasha doesn't want to take it into. So we fully now have all this side blue, and we're gonna have all this side fully orange. There's a fighter here to counter the stealth, which we can see, but Hawk can't see. And Hawk, I am 100% sure that Emp's like objective right now is just to stall it out. Like, look, rocket here, artillery. You're just gonna sit back, make some walls here, use the mountains, use all this hard terrain. Look at these rivers. Just gonna sit back, stall it out, and let Sasha like initiate the fighting, because this is all super favorable for Hawk. Here comes the stealth. It's gonna get a free hit on an infantry. Why not shoot the anti-air? Oh, it didn't reach. Okay. And does it from here so it doesn't get trapped. I'm not sure how much the stealth is gonna do, because now there's a fighter. Like, it's gonna get only this free hit. That's it. That's all it's gonna get. And so many rockets now from Sasha as well, like just hiding. Sasha is like also kind of stalling, but it's not gonna benefit Sasha. Here comes a fighter. And more fighters. Lots of copters from Sasha. And it's gonna try to divert everything over here. Sees that all the forces from Hawk are here, so maybe is shifting everything over here to like try to rush. Maybe the city, ideally the base. It's getting increasingly tricky for Sasha right now, because once like the early game and mid game is gone, all of Sasha's benefits are gone. Like, that's the one thing that puts her apart from Hawk. Now that there's a lot of units, it's really hard. Like, she doesn't have the firepower that Hawk does. Her extra funds doesn't really matter that much when there's this many units. And you get into the territory of Hawk being able to get a power from just attacking. And like it's hard for Sasha to attack, like to have a good attack, because she doesn't have that extra firepower. You find Sasha a little boring, the CO? I can see that. It's not my personal favorite CO, just because of the fact that she drains the power meter of the other COs. But I think the whole like having extra funds is a very interesting dynamic. It's very tricky because she doesn't have anything else. Like she doesn't have extra firepower or extra defense, like Bombalt or Hawk or Sturm or Javier. Like all of them have extra day-to-day, you know, firepower or defense boost. She only has extra money, so it's a very different way of playing the game. I personally haven't tried her too much, but I think there's like you really have to like study the map and really see what that extra money can do for you in the opening. Maybe an extra tank here, an extra recon over there. Like it's all about the opening for Sasha, and like converting that strong opening into an economic lead and other leads into the mid game, and then just winning from there. But she doesn't want to take it to a late game, like 100% doesn't want to take it to a late game against any CO in her tier. And it's kind of what's happening right now. Like Sasha is pulling back, wanted to go over here. This rocket is locking both cities, so doesn't know where to go. And Hawk is just gonna be happy to stall it out, maybe trade a few units here or there for some charge, forcing Sasha to use the power. So we're gonna see what happens. These counters are never gonna get flipped either, because these rockets are locking them. More fighters. This stealth is gonna run out of fuel. I think it can go and repair under the blackboard. Yeah, these little trades. That's like fine for Hawk. If it's minimal, you know. Just look how much it's accumulating right here. And they're also, I think Hawk is ahead in property. They're at equal income, but actually Hawk has this extra city right here. So Hawk has 22. Oh, and now it's getting the islands. Well, she is also gonna get it. So Hawk is at 23, and Sasha is gonna be at 21 in a bit. We got two fighters down here. Wow. I guess Emp didn't predict that the stealth was gonna be over here, so I guess the stealth is gonna get a free hit. Hey, Nanova. Kind of, yeah. I wanted to look at a few replays, and maybe later I would do a few live games. I'm not sure. But I'm kind of winging it. Sending everything over here. Yeah, just piling up. Okay, just gonna keep piling up. And Sasha has to put up the pressure. No, it's gonna back off. Divert everything over there. Moves the rockets. Also, right now you have to start thinking about day limit. I think the day limit is 35. Let's see. Day limit is 35. So I mean, they still have a little bit, but Hawk currently has the property lead. So that means that if it goes to the day limit, Hawk wins. So with even more reason, Sasha has to like convert. Sasha has to convert. Has to flip one city to not lose, and two. Well, cities are properties in general. Yeah, could be the come target. It has to do two to win. So 1-2 draw, and then take it to a tiebreaker, or flip 2 to win. But Sasha decides to accumulate everything. I think Sasha really needs to take up. I think there's way too many rockets in the composition from Sasha. Really needs like a Neo tank or stuff that can like one-shot stuff. There's too many infantry, tank, anti-air. Way too many infantry, but you need more like one hit KO units, like Neo tanks. Anti-air is also pretty good. You can take out infantry. This is just like, this is ideal for Hawk. Yeah, at this point I would say that the game is looking very, very favorable for Hawk. And just makes more rockets. Like, rockets are really good for stalling, for creating these scenarios like this. I mean, I think you can also push with rockets, but it feels like rockets is like an arms race. You know, you make a rocket, then the other one makes a rocket, and then it's just like a big stare down, and you have these scenarios. These very stally, big army scenarios with rockets. So you probably don't want to do that if you're the more aggressive CO of the matchup. Like, even Sasha has more rockets than Hawk does. Hawk has 2 and Sasha has 4. So just keep shuffling units. Bombers are also really good in these scenarios because they can also one-shot stuff. A lot of anti-air also from Emp, from Hawk. That still has gotten like 1 shot, just 1 infantry, and that's it. Kind of shifting a lot of here. It looks like Hawk is actually positioning better for an aggressive attack. Like, you can see how Hawk is like more over here on these tiles, and over here like has control of the middle, and is also like kind of pushing here. While Sasha is standing more defensively on this base, and also shifting towards this base over here, like very, very defensively. But this is really where it comes down to like how you play your CO. Like, Sasha needs to change the game plan. Also, the unit composition definitely needs bigger units to like break the walls. And Imp is just gonna go aggressive. I feel like Imp probably is a little bit impatient. And it's fine, you know. The point of this game is to have fun, right? So we like to see stuff blow up. So I totally understand the Imp. And I still control the middle also. Like, this is really nice. Splitting the armies of Sasha. Because Hawk could very also comfortably just like sit back and do what Sasha is doing. But at the same time, another way is, you know, is to have control of the game. Hawk is doing that. Hawk is having full control of the game right now by taking the middle and having like a more aggressive positioning. And Sasha's gonna use Market Crash and just kind of pulls back the rockets, moves more towards the middle, really respecting this movement from Hawk. I think Sasha could try to go for this. If Sasha is aggressive, she would not be able to deny Hawk power. Yeah, I mean, in the long run, she's not gonna be able to, because this is fine for Hawk. Just like, oh, a little power here, like, you know, it's totally fine. It's gonna get to a point, if you keep like stretching this, it's gonna get to a point where Hawk's powers are gonna be inevitable. And also, like, it's gonna be even stronger because there's more units. And like, you have 300,000 unit value, so it's like, you're gonna get a power, and then next turn, you're gonna get another power, like, it's just from engagements, you know? It's like almost taking it to a high fund scenario, where Hawk is tier 1 and Sasha is tier 3, or almost tier 4, I would argue. Just because it's so inevitable to cancel the powers. And Hawk's power is really strong. It's like global damage and global heal is insane. It also really favors like the approach of like going into attack to get a bunch of charge and then using the Hawk power, because you also do global damage, but you also heal up from all the engagement. So it's like it's a very nice way of using Hawk's power, and it's what Hawk can do in this matchup against Sasha. So Sasha's gonna take a few engagements. It's actually gonna hit this rocket, which is pretty nice. But you definitely need more. Maybe a bit more brawling, maybe more trading down. Makes an APC. I definitely feel like a Neo tank could be good. I mean, I know there's a lot of indirects and stuff, but there's just way too many rockets. And too much of a defensive position. I think giving up the middle was a big deal when they were racing the bases. When like they rushed them and then they raced into the middle. Hawk getting the middle faster was a pretty big deal. I was gonna take out those copters. I'm just gonna slightly back off a few tiles from the middle. This is like a huge, I'm just gonna keep like skipping. Right now it's kind of like shuffling units. It's day 25. We're reaching day limit very quickly. And Hawk keeps pushing forward. Moving the rockets a little bit more forward. Sasha's gonna get a few attacks. A few infantry fights. He uses Market Crash again. Yeah, like also it makes Sasha's Market Crash more expensive every time that she uses it for these little things. So it makes it even worse or more expensive and harder to then cancel Hawk's power later on when a fight might how do you say, like explode and take place. And Hawk is gonna attack some infantry. It's gonna get some nice shots with these rockets. It's gonna get some attacks. It looks like Hawk is going in. Sending an anti-air, it's gonna send a tank. That tank is gone, that rocket is almost dead. Oof, Hawk is going in. Bomber takes out anti-air, copter takes out rocket. That copter is gone. It's gonna go for this little capture over here. Hawk is like, I'm winning, but I don't wanna wait until day limit. I wanna win now. He's gonna attack there. It's really bringing everything forward. Artillery. It's gonna attack. Really like plunging in. Like, I don't care. I wanna win now. So okay, this is a very tricky scenario. So Sasha now should be able to have a really nice counter attack. Although that was a pretty big attack. There's a lot of damaged units. Let's see what Sasha can do now. Was this a throw from Hawk? Was this a throw? We'll see. It's gonna take some. It's gonna delete the black hole to get this nice little attack with a mech. Another attack. The thing that really that kind of sucks from Sasha, from the power, is that you have to like get all of the attacks in and then use the power, and so you don't get the benefit of having the extra stats, which really hurts sometimes. Like, you want to have that extra stat. Look, Hawk's already like full charge. All this is overcharging, which is really nice. It's really nice. It's really what you want to do against global damage seals. So we're starting to see everything explode, which is fun. More units being taken out, using the anti-air to clear that infantry. Anti-airs in these scenarios are really nice. Gets a shot out of this rocket, but it's not that much. It's gonna heal up. And joins a few infantry and just brings everything forward, I guess. So it was a good attack. It wasn't like as big as Sasha would have wanted, and was able to like clear almost all of the charge from Hawk. But what we were saying before, with this amount of unit value, let's see. Hawk is gonna get a few shots. Boom. Take out a copter, another copter. It's gonna take out that rocket. Copter. Already almost at the power. It's gonna get a lot of shots out. This fighter is gonna come in and get a bunch of charge just from hitting that stealth. Look at that charge, power charge. He's gonna sack a copter there. And gets the Black Storm. Ooh. Wait, where's the song? Come on. Why is it not working? So anticlimactic. There you go. Nice. Sorry about that. Let's go all the way. So the fighter hits the stealth. And gets the power. Oh, such a cool song. And so now it's able to take out the rocket. It's gonna take out that copter. There's a mega tank here, which is too late in my opinion. But also I'm not sure if that's what Sasha would have wanted initially, doing the big stare down, because it could have also forced Hawk to make another mega tank. And mega tanks are really hard to kill, so it's like not a great scenario. And just like that, it's like everything is wiped out. Like, what can Sasha do right now? Like, Everything is at minus 2 HP. Look at the funds drain. There's only like a few rockets here. Everything is damaged. Like 53 unit counting is 32, and 300,000 unit value is 130. Plus, got the city. Like Hawk has the income lead. It's just done. And so Sasha is gonna go for a few attacks. I'm pretty sure that. Let's see. A few little attacks here or there with like normal stats against the, you know, plus 10 stats. And all the damage units, like, oof. And yeah, Sasha resigns. Oof. Yeah, that game was crazy, actually. I'm not sure why it devolved into like a whole rocket thing so early on. Like, why? And like all these artillery and stuff. I think it really benefited Hawk because it kind of like stalls it out, I guess. Artillery are nice to stall. But I feel like once the rocket comes into place from Hawk, there's so much artillery. As Sasha, you can just like go crazy with tanks and be more aggressive, I guess. And it's very interesting how in a base trade scenario, usually you're like, the aggressive one is like, I'm gonna base trade and I'm gonna do it faster and I'm gonna win that way. But as the stallier CO, sometimes like you can either defend your base, which is not what happened here. You can either defend the base so as to like, you know, make a big army stare down, which kind of benefits the stallier CO, or you can also go for the same base trade and do it as fast as the other one, and then have an unmixed base map. Transform the map from a mixed base map into an unmixed base map, which favors the global damage CO or like any stally CO, which is very funny. It's just like, there's so many different options. Okay. Like, this game is crazy. It's insane. Yeah, that was that match. Let's look at another match. Let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. That was a long match too. Let's see. There's some shorter ones that I wanted to look at as well. So, some that have ended. Let's see that. I need to look at this one. So, no spoilers. There you go. So, let's look at this map now, or this match. Let's zoom in. Is the map too small? Should I make it bigger? Something like that. But this thing is right there, which is really annoying. Maybe I can move stuff around before I start talking about the match. Or putting this thing here. And kind of have to do it that way. I think. That way. Does that look good? Is that too small? Look at that. Looks better. More? No. Because then the things go down. Okay. So this map is of the Quack Cup. The Quack Cup number 3, just fog, mixed base. And fog mixed base is a very controversial, I guess, map topic. I used to be very hype about it, but after this tournament, I've lost the hype for it. I like mixed base maps in standard and high funds, but with fog, I thought it was going to be the same, but more or less, it's kind of like we'll see. But anyways, this is the last round of the mixed base Quack Cup fog tournament, and we have Kill Me First, who is a really great player, and I've made a lot of videos about Kill Me First already. And he's like kind of like speed run over this whole tournament, as well as Black Mantis, I guess. We got these two players. I don't know Black Mantis. Let's check their profile actually. Let's see. Black Mantis is 1100, and Kill Me First is like 1548. And so Kill Me First is really good, really strong player. Black Mantis, I don't know, but they are probably also really, really good because they made it to the final round of the tournament, and it's not an easy tournament. I got to, I think, round 4, I think, got kicked out by Random Ways in a very fun match. And it looks like it's a tier 4. There's no extra vision here. In the other maps, there usually is like a recon or something that gives you vision over the bases. But in this one, there isn't. And so you got these like 2 base, 2 base, and then 1 base, 1 base, and 1 base, and 1 base. And so it gets really, really tricky because you need vision. Of course you need vision, but as you have very few units, it can become really tricky to have vision and then do something about it. It looks like they chose Jake and Jess. I think Jake is okay. There's a lot of planes. There is no airports. Oh, there's no airports. Okay, it's a big deal. So really good for Jess, I would say, actually. The only other benefit for Jake would be like infantry fighting in planes, which can be pretty good. But without air, I think I would like Jess more. There isn't that factor of copters. You can just make tanks all day. No need to make anti-airs, just tanks, 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 tanks. And with Jess, it's nicer because you get the firepower in any type of terrain, not only planes. It looks like there's only 1 comp tower. And there's some labs here, which I guess you could go for them, but it doesn't look very like, lab racing. Very open. I'm gonna guess this is a lot of tanks and stuff. But there's some areas where it gets kind of choky, so I can see some RD plays maybe. Let's see, let's get right into the match. So I got Black Mantis in the Black Hole faction. I got Kill Me First with the yellow comment because Kill Me First always goes with yellow comment. There's also some pre-owned cities right here. Something to do with the FTA or STA. So we got our first vehicle of the match, which is a recon on the 1 base side. This is very risky because you only have 2 infantry. I would probably just make it from the 2 base. Just because you're gonna keep having infantry. And these 2 infantries are not gonna be enough to capture stuff. You probably want another one to come over here to this city. Like Kill Me First does exactly what I was thinking. Just makes a recon on the 2 base. It's also like your strong side, 2 base side is like your strong side by default in mixed base until there's until you reach the point of where you join armies, and then that's your strong side. Mixed base is tricky, even more tricky in fog. So recon comes forward. Is there gonna be a tank over here? Artillery, okay. And a recon over here. Okay. So yeah, this infantry is super delayed. I'm not sure if this infantry is gonna be able to get this city, just because it's gonna be really tricky to defend it. Look at these rivers. Like a tank can't reach this city to defend it. I guess you can make an artillery and put it here, but it's not ideal. Lots of recons, which makes sense. You need vision, and just because of the lack of like local unit count, you have no vision. So it's very hard to do stuff with your units in these mixed base fog maps. These mountains could be really big. Just having control of these mountains. So we got a tank over here. I don't think this infantry is ever gonna capture the city. Well, Kill Me First does have it over here. Black Mantis also investing over here on this side, on the strong side, trying to go for this corner in general. And they're both kind of like foregoing this base over here. They're just like making infantry. And they're both having the same approach of investing heavily vehicles from the 2 base into this base. This 2 base into this 1 base. Here comes a recon. Ooh, and this forest is a really nice spot to get that vision. This recon is never gonna die right here, so this is like forever vision on that base. It's gonna interrupt that capture with the Jess infantry. Oh wait, actually Jake was going for the double com tower. That's interesting. And it's gonna take out that infantry, I think. See if I can use the arrow key. Yeah, much nicer. I'm just gonna use the arrow key. And moving forward, I'm going towards the middle over here. This middle seems so far away for any of these bases. Black Mantis moving over here, gets vision with the recon first, then attack with a tank. You can see how tricky it is. Like there's like very little army everywhere. Oh, this mech here to try to. Oh my god! Look at that base lock from Kill Me First. That's insane. So this tank is coming over here. Lots of tanks over here from Jess. A lot of infantry coming forward from Jake over here, but no tanks. Got to the middle first. And decided not to shoot that at mech. Okay, interesting. I thought maybe Killing First would shoot that. And then just like cover the artillery. I'm not sure why he didn't do that. So right now we got Jake at the income lead, but it's not gonna be for long. He has one com tower and just gonna have the other one. So pretty balanced. It's pretty even for both. So I'm gonna try to take this city right here. Looks like Black Mantis has invested a little bit more into this area than Killing First has. And it's actually gonna kind of pull back. I guess Black Mantis didn't see all of this. Well, didn't see the tank, but does know that there's these over here. And maybe senses that these are going towards the middle, and so wants to also do that. Doesn't want to lose the middle. So it gets the com tower. They're they're equal income right now. Hey Mateo, how's it going? All good? A medium tank over here from Killing First. That's a you're not overrunning my base. Medium tank by. Oh wait, it's gotten really dark. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn on the light. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's continue. So this recon is also, oh, that's a really nice spot for that recon because it can be attacked. You need a unit to see it and then attack it. Oof, and then the artillery lock right there. That's really nice. So this medium tank actually can't do anything this turn besides just like moving, sitting somewhere. It looks like Black Mantis also went for the medium tank. So the medium tank was like, I'm gonna do the same thing. Because yeah, look at all these forces from Killing First. Very interesting how Killing First decided to like withdraw everything from here and kind of like shift it downwards into this space instead. And very smart from Black Mantis to like acknowledge that, and instead of investing more here, is investing more over here. There seems to be way too many units though from Killing First though. Gonna go for this city. And oh yeah, the medium tank sitting on this city is just gonna get shot at by the artillery for free. Let's see. Also kind of collapsing over here. I think Black Mantis wants to go for this space as well. Gonna get some nice strikes. Medium tank is gonna take out that recon, which fortunately there's no artillery pointing at it. But there's also a lot of units, so it can get trapped maybe and then have the artillery point at it. Goes for that little interrupt. Oh, nice. And gets the recon shot on the artillery. That's pretty big. Although, you know, it's a dead recon, but it kind of slows down this whole pressure. Makes another medium tank. Okay, so this is now tricky because medium tanks are great for this, but they have no vision. So once this recon is dead, these medium tanks are going to have nothing to shoot at. Because recon dead, infantry dead, the only other units to get vision are over here, and they're kind of, you know, useless and kind of dead. So these medium tanks are going to be blind next turn. Going for some nice attacks over here, going to go for this capture. Okay. Gonna get a shot off right there. Recon gets vision, takes out this infantry. Gets a vision of the forest and sees that there's nothing there. So I was gonna take out the recon. We're gonna go for the city, yeah. And then takes out that infantry. Take out that infantry. Interrupt the capture? No, it doesn't interrupt the capture. I guess it didn't have vision of it. Yeah, look. What I just said, like all those units are all dead. Now these medium tanks have no vision whatsoever. It's gonna stop that capture. Okay, so now it's Jake's turn. It's Black Mantis. Look at that. The medium tanks have no vision. This should have been a recon probably. That hurts a lot. This should have been a recon, so that then this medium tank could actually do something. Now they can't do anything. They have to blindly walk into the fog and shoot at something. Like so. Like look at that squiggly. Has to go like that, but because it doesn't know that if there's something over there. Takes that out. And this medium tank has no target either. Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, good. Makes a recon, so now this is nice. Okay, really nice actually. Takes out the artillery. But I would be scared of getting base blocked here with tanks and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. But eventually gets the city, finally. Black Mantis is able to get the city and actually has the income lead. And has a very nice unit value lead too. 130 against 100. And none of them have used their powers, I think. Yeah, no, none have used their powers yet, so that's gonna be a very big moment, as always. Well, as I said it. Here comes the power from Jess. I'm gonna assume it's to take out this recon right here. No way. Are you gonna take out the medium tank? Okay, you're gonna take out the recon. Yeah. And then you put a tank here. Yeah. And then you attack the medium tank? Yeah, oof. Okay, so the base is taken over because there's no way to break through this. And it's gonna go for that capture, take out that infantry, gonna go for that city. Oof, that was huge. I'm not sure if you needed the power for that, but I guess it's the extra firepower to really cripple the medium tank. And maybe there was some movement thing here that was needed. But that's a nice turn that gives a lot of initiative. And investing a lot here so that this push can't really do much, because one artillery is not enough to take this out. And activates the power. Why is the music not working? I hate that this is happening. Yeah, let's try again. Why? I need to talk with Twiggy if he ever appears again. This keeps happening. I clicked too fast, I know. I'll hit a refresh. That seems to fix it. There you go. So, power. Okay. So it's the city. Attack there, so I'm going for this city. Interrupt this with a mech. Takes out with the extra range. What was it? A recon. And it's gonna take out that infantry and probably put a tank here. He gets vision. Oh, the medium tank gets trapped. Yeah, this is done. And does not go for a base block. Gets trapped again. This infantry is going over this city. Try to interrupt there. Medium tank, recon. And is it? Oh, I'm surprised Black Mantis didn't go for the base. Yeah, the workaround really is to refresh. You get a bug, just refresh. So yeah, this medium tank is completely 100% blind right now. Killing First can just put everything like 2 tiles away from the medium tank, and the medium tank has no job whatsoever. It's gonna take out the mech. Makes a recon to get some vision so these medium tanks can actually shoot. Although it's not displaying correctly because fog replays with fog work with lots of bugs. Goes for the base, goes for the city. And yeah, just keeps everything away from the medium tank and just shifts everything towards here to defend the base. Because he's won the race to the base trading. That I mean, it's never necessarily to do that. Like, it wasn't the objective maybe of the map, but it kind of like transformed into that. And he knows that Black Mantis wants to do the same thing, so now it's gonna devote all those resources left over from here to defend the base. So it's gonna actually start the capture. These medium tanks just chilling back here to like prevent this from falling, and maybe waiting for all these units to come back. Lots of medium tanks. You know how medium tanks are usually bad in fog? Well, in mixed base, they're pretty good. This is mixed base fog, so they're pretty good. It's just a matter of they're so slow, and so like they're slow, but if the fronts are so close by like this, then medium tanks are fine. Already does not cover infantry capturing that base. Yeah, this one. I mean, I guess with the power, but yeah, it's probably not the best. Get some attacks. It's gonna use turbocharge. I think that's for these tanks are gonna boom, just charge forward. Let's see, get some vision. There's no recon, so it has to use the tanks to get vision. It's gonna use the tank to doesn't. Okay, with infantry clears the base. I'm probably gonna sit like a medium tank here or something. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's better. Takes out that, and then is able to attack the artillery. And probably just blast this tank too. Yeah. It's gonna vote. This medium tank has no job whatsoever. Poor medium tank. This infantry just like walking by the medium tank, taunting it, and capturing the city. And more medium tanks. And make some mech. Yeah, you don't really have to make. I mean, I guess a recon would be nice here to have some more vision. You're just gonna get a nice shot here. It's looking really rough for Jake, for Black Mantis right now, of course, because the base got flipped and Black Mantis is not being able to flip this base or this one. I think maybe Black Mantis was trying to do too many things at the same time. Like, it's trying to flip both bases instead of like committing to one base, and so it's a little bit easier for Kill Me First to defend and prevent that from happening. So it gets a bunch of captures. It's gonna clean up a lot of units. It's probably just gonna defend. Yeah, it's just gonna, you know, take care of all this push, and then can just close out the game by like going somewhere else. Look how buggy it is. This is why, you know, people use the replay viewer. But I wanted to have the music playing. This is the only way I can have the music playing. Yeah, this is gonna die. Activates block rock. Let's see, takes out the recon. It's gonna boom that medium tank. Gonna take it out. This push is done. Like, you can get a bunch of hits, but it's kind of done. Sends the medium tank over here. Takes out that medium tank. And there's another one here. Is clearing the base and it's gonna attack the artillery. Okay, nice. That's really nice actually. And takes out another infantry. So now like Kill Me First has like no vision here actually. And oh, the music isn't. Wait, is it? It's not playing? Is it playing? It's very quiet. I can raise it a little bit, like this. Is that better? Let me know if it's too loud, or if I should like do higher. Oh, hey, Kill Me First. Yeah, this is your game. In this very strange map. So let's see if this base, if this base gets traded or not. I had some nice hits here. Overdrive. Unfortunately, this imagery is alive to get vision. So that is taken care of. This city is 100% flipped. Kill Me First income lead is like just way too high. Look at all these bugs. All these artillery to potentially, eventually, maybe base trade this base over here. Makes a mega tank. You're crazy, Kill Me First. But yeah, I mean, that's one way of preventing the base from getting flipped. So there's no artillery here support from Black Mantis. If you have no artillery, it's like almost impossible to take over a base, unless you're like max and you have like a neo tank or a bomber. Because you just make a medium tank or a mega tank in this case, there's nothing you can do. I mean, this worked too, but now the mega tank has to sit. Oh no! Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Artillery infantry clears it. So now this mega tank can like move away and Kill Me First can make another unit. I'm gonna keep cleaning up here. It's going to take out those units. And yeah, this looks like the cleanup stage of the match right now, where all of this is yellow. And yeah, as I say that, Black Mantis resigns. Yeah. Oh, you wanna see something cool? There's a new feature. And your haphazard base kill. That wasn't haphazard. It worked really nicely. You know, there's a little stats tool right here. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's an extension. I wanted to see. I should have done that in the other one. So it shows you here. I think this is total funds. Yeah. So yeah, like income. You can see, you know, it's kind of even, kind of going back and forth, and then it kind of like broke apart here. Unit count, same thing. Just a big lead from Kill Me First. Army value was very similar. And then here kind of broke down. It was kind of similar though. Unit HP here, I guess you can start to see more. And caps doesn't really matter. Damage dealt. This is like the biggest one. It's like, and some early fighting. That's some really good turns for Black Mantis actually. Then there was like a power turn from Kill Me First. And then the power from Black Mantis wasn't as strong. And then Kill Me First just got like better turns. And then there was a really strong turn here for Black Mantis, but I think it was too late. This is like already by when the base was traded. Let's see. I have to go back. Your base trade, where was it? Somewhere here. So I really think that this medium tank buy is like it's a mistake. I mean, because this then made the medium tanks blind. I forgot they could just buy a recon for vision and lost an attack and free. Yeah. Well, a recon base did let me base lock a bit easier. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think that this medium tank should have been a recon or maybe a tank. You know, has 3 vision. So like Black Mantis goes like this and attacks there. I think could have also maybe left this city get flipped. Like it's fine, just let it get flipped. And instead of putting the medium tank here, Black Mantis could have put it here on this road right here, and then make a recon or a tank, because then you like that way. Kill Me First can't take out the unit over here because the medium tank is occupying this tile, and so this unit will live if it's a recon or a tank. But if the medium tank is all the way over here, then there's all these free tiles to attack from. And I think that's what the medium tank should have been doing over here. Like Kill Me First, you did something similar over here when you were getting pressured. Like, I mean, kind of similar. You just kept your medium tanks like in the distance to help out, but you weren't really exposing them. And I guess it's a little bit more tricky because of the extra range from the artillery. If you put it like here, then they could have gotten shot down. But yeah, I think this turn really was a very big turning point for Black Mantis because it was pretty even. this means I can go on here and then make a tank and save this recon, just like leave it in the forest or bring it back here or something, and just like start building up units to like delay the inevitable, because it is going to happen. That base is going to get flipped. Just delay the inevitable and then focus all of these resources into flipping one base. I think Black Mantis was trying to flip both bases. Like had an artillery here with like very few units. I was also trying to pressure over here. I think I was just trying to do way too many things at the same time. And, you know, it's the classic, you can't win everywhere on Advanced Wars, by the way. Like you have to pick your fights and win them, and maybe delay the damage in other areas. Yeah, really good game. That was fun. I wanted to check if there's any other game. Opponent needed to preserve vision. Yeah, I agree. It's really like, I don't know what are your thoughts about the tournament, about these mixed base fog. I was like really hyped at first, but then after playing a few of them, I like didn't really like the setup. It's just like vision becomes like so important and so hard to come by. What other finished game there is there? This one ended really quickly. Let's see what happened here. So, I have never played this map. Let's see. Too much pre-deploy vision versus too little. Yeah, but also like in the pre-deployed vision, it's like, I don't know. It kind of feels like you're playing standard, but you actually want to be playing fog. It's kind of like a weird line in the middle, and I feel like because you don't have a lot of units in like specific areas, like in your little weak sites, in your little one base areas, it becomes super tricky in managing your vision as well as defending that area. Like what we just saw, like the medium tank, or like just any unit that you make from that base that is not an infantry or does not provide vision is like a huge investment. Yeah, some of the maps were like standard with extra steps. I'm not sure if I liked it too much. I think I like fog as, as we had it, just like fog. Like there's some maps that have like pre-deployed vision which can work, like that you can have vision, like the intelligence system one. You think the last one was a bit neat since the vision was at a normal, was at a premium even more than normal standard. I'm curious what the finals will be. Oh yeah, I have no idea. I don't know if there's even maps. Like I know there's not that many maps for mixed fog, so I have no idea. I wanted to check this game because Rise / Lost and Found is a very particular player. Does very wacky stuff, so it's always fun to watch those games. Then there's this player, Advanced Noob, which I initially thought it was Advanced Warrior, but I was wrong. Advanced Noob is another player, and he's a really good player actually, like a 1400. And Rise is like 1100, but plays really well, like could be like 1300. Just sometimes does a few wacky stuff. You're picturing End of Entropy but with fog. Yeah. I don't know, it looks like you liked the mixed base fog. Oh, that chat is frozen. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can refresh the chat. I'm gonna refresh the chat. Like this. Okay, maybe that refreshed it. How are we supposed to play this map? Like the one that we're looking at right now? I've never played it, but it looks... It's like a mix of mixed base, but I don't think it's really mixed base. Like it's kind of mixed base, I feel like. So you have like this, the two base, one base. So it's like your strong side, weak side, strong side, weak side. And like it can be kind of mixed space because this space can go like this way, maybe this way. But I guess it's also kind of like a damage race where this front can go like really strong here and really pressure this side. You can also probably like take over the space. These two airports I think always end up going, yeah, they go for this player right here. These two airports go for gray and these two airports go for blue. There's actually 2 comm towers per player. There's one right here safe, and then there's another one here if you want to invest in a T-copter and get the second one. I can definitely see Lash being really good here. Like, there's a lot of forest and like silos. It's really, really strong. And then Kindle is just always, yeah, she's consistently good. That's how it seems. Why is the chat not working? Let's see if I add chat again to chat box. I'll just remove this one. Okay, there. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it does look like an interesting map. I've never played it and I want to try it out. I've seen some crazy games on it. Wild. Like people, instead of going for the 1 base, they go for the 2 base. They go like they join the armies and they go like all in into the 2 base. It's very funny. I've seen battleships being made on these ports as well. Very, very funny. So going, whoa, this is like really, really, well, I guess you can do that. Yeah, it's like 2 turns away from this base. I got the first tank from Advanced Noob, from Kindle, on the strong side. And a tank from Rise on this side. So I guess, yeah, the port is really for the player that has the bases in the middle. This tank going really aggressively here. And Penguin's going for this city as well. Instead of this one. I would assume you will go for this one. Are you gonna interrupt? This is a decision. You go to capture here and get interrupted by this penguin. Or you go interrupt here and you get, you know, slapped by another penguin. Tricky decisions. Mech. Tank. Oh! The infantry didn't even move. Didn't even attack or capture. Okay. And makes a recon. This is something that I've noticed from Rise / Lost and Found. He likes to do recons with Lash, which, you know, they're pretty good. But it's funny because, you know, then you could also use power, and then those recons they just zoom everywhere. It's very funny. You can create a lot of threats, I guess. But it does put you behind on like tank count. Like right now, if that wasn't a recon, I think Rise could make 2 tanks. I'm not sure. Oh no, I guess not. Well, because Rise made a mech. So I guess if it would have been infantry, I don't know. Too much math. So I take out this. This is the mech here. Very like aggressive positioning by Advanced Noob right here with this tank over here. Probably like it's really denying this airport. Like really forcing the issue. Like at the very, very start. There doesn't need to have fighting to be aggressive. You can just be aggressive by how you position your units. You play this map with Eagle, but the game was pretty short, like 13 turns. I can't remember. Enemy surrender when I got 3 airports. It was not a high global league match. What do you mean high global league? Like a high level? I mean, I can see this map ending really quickly. Like, you can see how aggressive it can get really fast. And just like what little positioning movements, it can end very fast. I think that's the thing with Standard usually. It really comes down in some maps in Standard with the opening. It's insane. Like, sometimes there isn't even a mid game. Like, you have a good a good how do you say, a good early game with a good opening, and you position in a certain way that the other one can't even like capture contested cities, and it's over. Like there's nothing to do. Especially like at the mid to higher levels. Once you have a lead in standard, it's like really hard to bring it back. I feel like in Fog, there's a bit more of a comeback possibility. And we have an artillery here. Look at this aggressive. There's nothing that Rice can do with this recon that was bought because there's these tanks threatening. This tank can't go anywhere also because it's gonna get slammed by tanks. I guess it could kind of like sit over here and then bring the mag or something. And also made a tank over here, so eventually Rice is gonna have to invest over here. But you can see how like aggressive Advanced Nova is playing. At the same time kind of foregoing this area. Like there's a cost to it. But it's forcing Rice in a very defensive position over here, this tank over here. Now this tank is gonna go over here, try to find some pressure. This image is gonna try to go for that airport. And if you look at the KD stats. Okay, just one minion kill. Copter shields are probably a really big deal. Oh, it was a 1100 match. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. Yeah, matches in the like 1000 to like 1200 tend to be very wild. Like, just the player skill and just how like they play in general is like very wide range. It's very, very dynamic. It's like very hard to predict what's gonna happen. So it looks like Advanced Move is gonna get this airport. And these tanks are still here, they're still threatening. And it can actually, this can actually sit here because, I mean, of course it's covered, but also like if that tank decides to attack, you know, Kindle has the city to strike from. A lot of mechs from Rise. I'm not sure if it's the best play, just because they're so slow. No, it's like you get mechs and like, yeah, you have control of the middle right here, but I'm not sure what control of the middle does for you in this map. Because there's maybe one property to be gained. I think it's better to focus in these areas. These like the pivots. You have this area or this area, so that you're able to join the armies. That's kind of what Advanced Noob is doing right here. It's preventing Rise from joining these two armies by this positioning right here. I can't help feel that maybe Rise could have gone a little more aggressive. Maybe like attack this tank, maybe and like start attacking stuff. See, makes an anti-air. Makes an anti-air, I'm guessing to like counter a copter, but Advanced Noob just makes a T-copter. Oof. Lots of artillery. Just out of range of tanks. Nothing can really reach it except this tank, but it can break through because there's this tank and nothing can 2-hit KO it. Wow, and Rise just resigns. Man, positioning is insane. Yeah, it's pretty... I think it's pretty game over for Rise. I don't see how Rise can come back from it. It's gonna take a lot of work. And Lash doesn't have a lot of potential of coming back. Like, Kindle still has her Urban Blight. I think just Advanced Noob just beat Rise into over-investing in the middle. Like, it's just so simple things, it's insane. This little imagery went here, and the tank. And so then Rise over-invested into the middle of like, I'm gonna focus here, like you're not gonna get this here, I'm gonna flip it. It's gonna be mine, like look how much investment there is. And by the time that happened, now Advanced Noob has a really nice position over here. This recon can't go anywhere. It also makes, like, although Advanced Noob was under-investing here, can still like get the stuff here because there's nothing from Rise invested over there to attack. And so, yeah, now Rise gets the city, but the positioning from Advanced Noob is so strong over here. And it kind of like splits the armies, like this army from this army. And There's just not much that Rice can do actually. He just has to kind of like pull back. Like 2 mechs, 1 tank, 1 anti-air that has no target except infantry. Yeah. Advanced Noob really outpositioned the Rice here. There's also a lot of investment over here. Like a little split investment and couldn't join them, and now it's like Advanced Noob can do whatever they want. It's insane. You were blue and got 2 of the top and the right one of the bottom. Oh, okay, so you got these 2 and this one. I was focused on the lower enemy base. Yeah, I can definitely see how you would be able to get 3 airports, because like this one is for sure for this player right here. And then this one, it can be a little bit up for grabs. Like I would probably see it going for this player, because like it's these bases and this base right here. But I can see how, you know, like how Advanced Noob went in this direction to take control of this area and could potentially then go and take this airport, which is probably something that you did, or something similar. You felt like there was some turn advantages in the center properties in the opening on this Rice, just misplayed. I think their capture phase is very different. Like here, there's already a discrepancy here. Well, this image goes here, and goes here. I guess it's the same. But then yeah, blue player gets this player over here, this step here. This might be actually like a first turn, or I guess second turn advantage, to be able to have this image here and then walk over here. But I feel like you can just forgo this city in the middle and try to focus more on these areas. This looks like such more of a much more important area to control, and then join the armies. Because yeah, you get the city, but it gets flipped anyways later on. Like, I don't see how you can hold that. That was a game. Let's see if I have any other ones. Wow, this one, this is a very long one though. I already looked at that one. We looked at this one, we looked at this one. And we have this one that ended really quickly. I guess I need to follow more games. Music is going crazy with the turn skips. Oops, sorry. Any high level games going on you could review? Well, not, you know, like Global League or tournament. I can't really, because it would be like kind of like giving advice. So I can't really do that. So that's why I'm doing like ones that have finished. I am following a lot of them though. I have to follow more. Oh wait, I want to stay there to then check maybe one of these. Oh wait, there's a Savage the Beast and Shadower. Oh, that could be really good. This could be a really good game actually. Let's look at this game actually, because the fog ones are finished. The other ones are not. Let's see, how do I don't want to give you guys any spoilers, so I'm gonna like try to block the screen. Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna do this. Put the background there. There you go. So now you don't have the spoilers. Okay. Okay, I got it. Let's do this again. There you go. These two players are really good. Shadow is the #1 in Global League. So, pretty good fog player. I haven't played him yet, but I've been wanting to look at his games more. Today he messaged. He was like, well, I like kind of like joking. It's like, oh, I learned something from your video about the move planner, and I was like, oh, that's really great that you learned something from me. Now you should give me a pro fog tip in exchange. And he was like, oh, I don't know. He was like just talking about how his approach in Fog is, which was interesting. He said that he doesn't like deathballing. He likes to split forces, which is usually like a no-no. You know, in Fog it's like, no, deathball is the way to go. But he said that he likes to like have even forces on both fronts, like on both sides, and try to like maybe I guess have more adaptability. Like I can definitely see that, and I've sometimes done that. I tend to be very deathbally right now currently. It works really good for like if you're a stall ECO, but if you're in a more aggressive, I like to go like split and kind of like attack here or maybe C and like try to see where you can chip away at the other one. It's kind of like I feel like deathball versus split army is not really one counters the other. It's like depends how well you can do it. It can counter the other one. Like deathball is really good to like boom damage raise and like take over the area. But with split forces, I guess you have to like not give it away, or I guess in both scenarios you don't want to give away what your strategy is if it's deathballing or split army. And you can do what Shadowware does and also what Go 7 does a lot, which is like go for little objectives, like split armies and be like I want that city and that one, and I'm gonna protect this one, and you just go for like little objectives here and there, and you chip away at the opponent's army a little bit here and the income, and you try to do that. By the way, oh hey Master. By the way, do you know that there are scripts to make force sights into dark mode, right? Because I don't know how your eyes can handle it. When is this right? Yeah, I should get one. I should get a dark mode. You're right. If you have one that you like and you want to send it to me, I would be happy to receive it and I would put it on. Because yeah, I would love to have this like dark mode. Also, why is the chat not on screen? It's so frustrating. I don't know why that is. I think I'm gonna try to do what Go 7 does. Do I? Should the screen capture, play capture? It's tricky. I guess I'll have to figure it for the next one, because I don't want to like mess it up too much. So, oh, you prefer as it is? Okay, I'll give it a try though. I'll try the dark mode. And yeah, he is kind of like, well, yeah, he's kind of like anti fog meta, I guess. I guess you could call it that way. I just zoom in a little bit. Okay, I can do it that far. Use Dark Reader, but I don't know if it's the best. There might be better ones. Okay, I'll look into it. Dark Reader. Let's change the song. Close this game. And we're gonna have another tier 4 match right here. These are two really good players. We have Shadowware, which as I was saying is the 1600. Look at that like win to loss ratio. I think he's like, look at that graph, insane. Only plays Fog. Only plays Fog. And then you got Savage the Beasts, which is a 1361, but it's a pretty strong player, like almost 1400. So they're both really good. And I've seen them a lot. Like I know Savage the Beast. I've seen like their games a lot. And I think there was one with Rizzo. I think. Who is the best Fog player? Oof, I don't know. I don't think there's like one best Fog player. There's really good ones. Like at the very top, you have like Go 7, Inkugarg, Reimer, which is Nightmare of a Yankee, and well, you also have like Xie. I think that's how you say it. It's a Chinese player. You could put Shadower also there, but I want to like check how he plays. Reimer is Nightmare of Yankee. Let me show you in the global league. Oh, it wants to load. There you go. Oh, I guess he's not. Oh, he's right there. He's right there. He's number 3 in like total global league. And if you go to Fog, you're gonna have to do all time. Hey, that's me, number 15. Current. If you go to all time, you're gonna see Nightmare as whoa, number 1. Okay, I didn't know that. Wow, so he surpassed everyone. This is Xie. Very, very strong player. I have a good game to cover from Xie. Xie Starflash. Xie and Starflash. Is insane. I'll probably make a actual video out of it. Then you got Shadower, Inkagard, 07. Tordred, I almost forgot about Tordred. Yeah, Tordred. Rhizomatic also has like climbed the ladder a lot. Oh, and Elagato is a new Fog player. Really, really strong. You have Starflash also is really good. You got Rip. Sidewinder is also really good. I have a match against Sidewinder. Really, really, I'm learning a lot just from getting destroyed by Sidewinder. You know when you play against someone that's better than you and you're like, I'm gonna put my all, and then like you start seeing all these little things that they do to you and you're like, oh, okay, I need to start doing that. Always, it would be cool to have a round robin between the top 6 or so players. Thank you for explaining that. Yeah, no worries. I don't know who are these players, but but I want to. Yeah. I do want to start covering more games, you know, like this. Like, I think I'm gonna try to do like a little bit of live games and just do more replay analysis. Now that I finished the series of the tips that I hope you guys liked, because it was a lot of work. But now that that's done, which I wanted to have there as like a little thing, and now I can like go back more into like doing replay analysis. Because these players, they all play really good, but they all play so differently as well. And there's so much to learn from them. Every time I play against one of them, like, I get slapped by and I learn a lot, like, insane. I'll probably do like a few of the matches. Also, I guess I could do that. I guess we can do this match and then maybe I can go through some of my matches with some of these pros and that I finished, of course. I would show you the one with Shadower right now. I don't want Shadower to see and then maybe cheats. Oh, you like the series? Thank you. The video should catch a ton of people up to like 1300. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think, I mean, the purpose was kind of like to have these like blocks of like knowledge, you know, like, I mean, the beginners was more for like people that are brand new or have like a lot of misconceptions from playing the original games, like break that, and it's like, look, this is how you want to start playing the competitive. Then the intermediate is like, okay, now that you know, now these are like more like advanced kind of tips for you to like get more advantages here or there, like, you know. Here, like the infantry positioning is like huge. That drastically changed my game plan, my gameplay. And then like once you have that, like just like tactics, you know, having like the units in specific places and have good fights and good unit composition and like good, you know, power and stuff like that. Then it's like the last step, which is strategy and just like, you know, CO matchup, reading a map and stuff like that, and like knowing when to attack, when to pull back, just like that kind of stuff. Which is like a little bit more difficult to get deep into, which is like, I feel like I wasn't able to go too deep in that video because it's tricky, you know, it's a tricky subject. It's like, it's just very situational, you know? It's a very map dependent, CO and matchup dependent, but I hopefully like, I just laid everything there for people to like activate those little tools of like, okay, this is happening here, maybe I can do this or this. And there really isn't like a right or wrong, you know. It's really up to you. As you can see, all these top players, they all play differently. So it's like, that's what makes them so much fun to watch. Like, you don't have to deathball. You can also do split forces. Like, I don't know, you have Poland in standard that like, his whole strategy is like, I'm gonna take your income. And like sacks the units just for the sake of income. And no one plays like that. He's the only one that plays like that. and he does it so well. And it's like maybe he doesn't even care about the CO matchup and the map too much. Just like he has insane tactics. He has like really, really, really good tactics. Like I just can't explain how good his tactics are. He sees every little hole in your army and uses his army so effectively. It's really, really crazy. And so his whole strategy is just like taking away your cities. That's his strategy. There's not much more behind that besides like maybe more decision making from him of like when to attack and where to attack, stuff like that. But his tactics are just ridiculously good, and so that helps to carry his strategy. Sometimes it doesn't work, which is fine, but it does a lot of the time. It's like look how high up Poland is. Well, I guess he dropped. Where's Poland? Oh, down here, 22. Well, but all of these are not thing. Poland's number 9. Oh, okay. I guess he fell a little bit. And there's a few new players also. Look, you got Plague, who came from Days of Ruin. Shiyu. I'm not sure. He's in a DJ's video. Lawrence, I think it's kind of new. And Tordra, look at Tordra doing really good in standard too. Anyways, let's look at the game. I want to look at this game to maybe identify the things that Shadowware does, that he was talking about. And yeah, this map is Boomerang Stack. I like this map a lot, actually. I think it's a very dynamic map. There's like a lot of options to go for. It's just your classic 3 base, 1 airport, and the airport in the back. It's very similar to Stalingrad, if maybe some of you remember. Very high income. I think it's like 29k each. It's like very high. So like you're gonna start seeing bombers and neo tanks. You have the classic middle like this, and you have these little corner properties which seem contested, but there aren't very. I think the most contested cities are probably like this one. And I think, yeah, like this is like the most contested city in the game, in the map. And then like it depends like how much you invest. You could go for this one, you could go for this one, you go for the com tower. Like it's very probable that com tower can get flipped. And maybe some other of these cities, like just like this whole area, you know, like kind of invest in this area or in this area. Let me know if the music is too loud or too low, and I can bump it up or bump it down a little bit. So there's really a lot of decision making. Like because of how the bases are set up, you could think, like I used to think that for blue, for example, that this would be your strong side, just because these bases kind of like flow that way. And same for this one, so you'd be like strong side for blue, and then weak side. But something that I think I forgot to talk about in one of in the tips videos is that an important thing to look at in a map is to look at the cities that you need to capture. And I think this is a very big thing that people maybe are just now starting to understand, especially in this map, which is very clear. So if you look at the cities, you can do a move planner here and just like check out the capture phase. But if you like kind of split like this, like in half, split the map like this in half, you kind of want to look at all these cities. Look at the amount of cities that there are right here. There's like what, 10, 12 cities versus this area right here. There's like 6 cities. So you have like double the amount of cities on this side than there's on this side. So your infantry are gonna, by nature of your capture phase, you're just gonna have more infantry on this side instead of this one. And so, you know, once you're done with your cap phase, once you're done like pushing forward with your infantry capturing, and they're gonna start arriving to the front because they just go forward, you're gonna have a ton of infantry on this side and a few over here. So you're gonna want to send your vehicles over here. So this is gonna be your strong side, not this one. So it's a very tricky thing about this map, and a lot of people end up falling for that trap. I mean, you can do whatever you want, you know, it's like you can kind of invest your vehicles wherever you want, but at the very start, like the very first game, you're probably going to want to invest more on this side if you're blue, and if you're orange, down on this side, because this is where you're going to have the most amount of infantry. And so once you invest there, maybe you push or not or whatever, and then you can front switch and go to the other side. You know, once the infantry flood stage is over. Apart from that, we have it's just you stand the map, just one calm tower, and then the matchup is a tier 4, so we have Jess versus Jake. So tier 4 is very soft. Tier 4 is just like very soft powers, nothing crazy going on. But I think Jess makes a lot of sense just because there's a higher income, so you're gonna be in the Neo tank stage much quicker, so which benefits Jess. And the airport, it's not that strong. It's quite in the back. And like it's so open. Look how open it is. Like this is tank land. This is tank land everywhere. Tank land and neo tank land. So Jess is not as hurt, I guess, in that sense. So I would definitely benefit Jess here in this map. But I can see, I can definitely see why, you know. I mean, Jake is very similar. Like still gets the firepower, gets the movement boost. Getting the extra firepower on air units is always really nice for Jake. You know, you get the one hit KOs from the copter and sculptor, stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that Jake can do, plus the infantry. So there's a give and take, you know. Personally, I would probably choose Jess, but I should probably start changing that around because it gets very repetitive to always pick Jess and fall. So something that they're not gonna do, which I saw Ryzo do, is instead of going for the neutral base, is go for the airport to get a T-copter, and then send the T-copter here and start pushing infantry into this area to speed up all of these like insane amount of cities. So they're both going for the neutral, and they're both going for this city, which I've seen many people like skipping it and going like this. But the same thing, I think. I'm not sure if it changes anything. And Savage the Beast, I was actually going for a day 3 recon. I don't think day 3 recon in this map is pretty good. Just because of how open. Sorry, just because of how big the map is. So Shadow War makes a day 4 recon, which I like more. Just because the day 3 recon is gonna get there so fast that it's gonna have nothing to shoot at for you. And, oh, makes a day 5 recon. Okay. And it's gonna go for the airport now. And makes a tank. So it looks like Shadow are actually like, investing a lot here on the weak side that I was talking about. So this is interesting. So yeah, you're gonna see this recon, it's gonna have nothing to shoot at. It's just so early, it gets there so early, there's nothing to do. It doesn't even have vision yet. It's gonna have to like move here. It's just, and by the time that it can shoot at something, there's gonna be a tank. So yeah, day 3 recon here in this map is not very strong. I feel like transport openness would be much better. Like doing the accelerated T-copter that Rizzo talked about, like, you know, sending the first infantry from this base to the airport and doing a T-copter and then speeding up all these captures. Or just opening tank. Or you can also open artillery because it's so late, you can take your time and make an artillery and place it in this forest, which is a really nice forest. Like, this is usually the fighting area, so artillery here or here is very strong. Or here, or here. There's a lot of forest for artillery, and you have the time to place it. So now this recon is probably gonna shoot at this because it's a day 3 recon, so you have to go hit it. You know, you have to do something about it, and it's just gonna get destroyed by a Jess tank next time. Yeah, look at that. It's gonna attack. It's good that I attacked from this tile actually. I like that Savage the Beast attacked from here because then this tank has to like attack from the city, which would delay the capture a little more. And you can see Savage the Beast actually investing more on the strong side here. Like went with a recon, actually double recon, but then like is sending all the tanks into the strong side. And you can see their theory here. So yeah, most of the infantry attack with the tank. So this area is pretty locked down. Like these recons are not gonna do much. Go for these captures. Another recon. Ooh. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure about this recon here. Hey Solofo, you're not late. You're not late at all. You're just at the right time. We're watching a match that finished the Global League. It's between two very strong players. The number 1 Fog player, which is Shadower, and then Savage the Beast, which is also a very strong player. In this map, which is maybe one of my favorite current Fog maps. This player again. It's very dynamic. There's a lot of options. So that second recon, I did not. I do not agree with sending it there. If you know that there's a tank, unless you have a tank backup. Yeah, it is advanced force. Yeah, this is advanced force by web. You play against people and not AI. So much better. So much better to play against people. So this recon is dead. This recon is going to be nice to have alive. It did damage an infantry, and the other one also did damage this one. So it is kind of slowing down the strong side capturing phase of Shadow War. But we can start to see what Shadow War was saying initially, of investing like half and half almost. You can see a tank and a recon here, plus another tank, and then you have here a tank, artillery, so split forces, no? Oh, thanks, man. I wish the chat would display on the screen. Oh well. So going for a T-copter. Oof. That's kind of a risky T-copter. If it's not like early, doing it right now is a bit risky. Like, I'm not sure what the purpose of this T-copter is going to be right now. Because your capture phase is almost done. It's pretty much done, I would say. Like, except for these two cities. You can see the infantry flood coming in, no? So I'm not sure what the T-copter is going to do. I would maybe extend it a few more turns later. Like, get some big hitting units, get some Neo-tank or something. Because the battle is coming. This map is like... when the battle arrives, it's like intense. Oh, this artillery, I mean, it is a nice spot, I guess. But it could have gone here, maybe, to defend. But, I don't know, because maybe you could assume that the recon is here, no? In this forest. And that's 5 vision away, right from that forest. So I think that's exactly what Shadow War is doing. It's keeping these units away from a possible recon in this forest. There isn't one, but, you know, you never know. And Shadow War is not really engaging on this side either. He's kind of like collecting intel. He's seeing all these infantry, he saw the tank, kind of like pulling back. It's gonna delay this city from getting captured by this tank. He got delayed here, but he is actually gonna get it in the end. And it's gonna get very nicely set up. Already has artillery in place. It's almost as if like Shadow War is like a turn ahead, no? From Savage the Beast. You can see by the setup that he has already. And just because of the 2 recons from Savage the Beast. And I feel like this T-copter is also going to delay Savage the Beast quite a bit. So I was going to go for the comp tower before Shadow War does. So Shadow War's infantry are going to be very weak. So let's see. Does Shadow War decide to attack here? These are the moments, my god, these are the most important moments of Fall. Like, the more I play against high level players, the more I realize like this is the most important moment. When you start to see units, do you attack? Do you not? If you attack, with how many units do you attack? How much do you reveal from your army? It's like huge, huge. The income delay is no way enough to justify beating his recons. Took out income delay. Yeah. No, I agree. I think like the first recon that Savage the Beast, it was okay to kind of send it in and kind of like attack the infantry, because it was a day 3 recon, so that is already delaying Savage the Beast income. So you kind of have to do something about that recon. You have to attack something, and it actually lived. Like, this recon is still alive, so that was actually pretty big. It delayed income, and then it's still gonna be alive and well to provide vision. But the second recon, I think that was not good, because that one actually died, and it just hurt 1 infantry, and that was it. So I think the second one could have stayed here. Maybe you could have sent it downwards to get vision. Maybe put it in the middle. Like, try to go for more intel, like for a more intel approach instead of a harassment approach. You think Nintendo should have made fog like the standard version, as in everything fog, then maybe in War Room have a section for non-fog. Like they have a section for pre-deployed. Fog is just so much better than standard. Well, I don't know, it's, you know, subjective. I kind of like all modes, the 3 modes. I feel like I'm maybe slightly better at fog, than standard high funds. Hey Talos, Bleb Sammy, yeah, I wish I had that emotes. Lazy people like me that also play mobile prefer standard, but I would like to see fog high funds. Oof, no. I mean, I can see that, but I probably would stay away from fog high funds. Also, I don't like how he is healing his 1 HP recon at this point. He can just get vision with no additional cost. Yep, yeah, I agree. It could have just sat here in this forest, which is what the Shadow probably was thinking, was doing. Just have the 1 HP recon, and it's just like, and you need 2 units to kill it. Like you need one to give vision and another one to kill a 1 HP recon. It's like pretty big deal. It could be in this forest or it could be in this one. Any of these two would be pretty huge. Okay, let's keep going with the match. So this is huge. This is also like, you know, 12 or 1300 above moves of fog. It's like placing your recons in 3-star defense terrain. Because, and in contested 3-star terrain defense. Because it gives you a ton of vision and they're so hard to take out. So Shadow is kind of doing a, putting a recon here for vision, one here for vision. It's going to take out the infantry with a tank on the city and it's gonna actually invest to take out the infantry gap in the comm tower. Interesting. And it's gonna pull back from the city. You can really start to see the approach, no? The split forces. Look how there's 3 tanks, 1 anti-air, 1 recon, 1 tank, artillery, recon. The infantry count is pretty similar. There's still more here just because of the cities. But you can see the split forces from Shadow. While Savage the Beast has a more like death volley kind of approach, like all in on this side. And here's like, there's nothing. There's literally nothing, there's just infantry and damaged recon. And so I think that's what Shadow is trying to do, it's just chipping away at stuff. It's gonna see the Savage the Beast attack. Okay, it is going to attack without the comm tower, so 110. Is he gonna get, no, 110 and 100 I think, does he get the kill? Maybe, it's a very high roll, but probably doesn't get it. Oof, yeah, so doesn't get it. It's gonna send the tank over here to attack and from the planes and then take it out with infantry. I think maybe it would have been better to use the tank here from the comm tower, just to have the extra defense. That's the thing with Jake now, because you get the extra firepower from planes, but you're also exposing yourself to have less defense. So it's like a soft grim, you know, in that sense. High Funds Fog was run a bit on the Discord before Live League, which copied its format. It wasn't great. Okay, I'll take your word. The Fog Mines are pretty much high funds compared to standard already. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, like the ones that are right now, I think they changed the fog pool right now, so, but there's definitely some maps that have high income, like this one, and I think Stalingrad was still in, I don't know, there's a few that had pretty high income. But you can have like lower income fog maps, and I think that was the whole point of the new fog rotation. The problem in game design is that you give the inlet too many options, so it becomes... okay, I don't understand if there's a question there. They have the second attack angle from comm tower. My funds is already a lot more branching decisions with build options. Yeah, ARC units, and yeah, and infantry are very scarce. Yeah, high funds is really tricky in that sense. Like it is so tricky. Because you start making vehicles turn 3, turn 4, and then very quickly as you start fighting, you start realizing that you don't have enough infantry. Your vehicles arrive at contested areas before your infantry. It's pretty wild, so it's like, infantry management becomes so much important in high funds. So, Savage the Beast, you know, weak side, investing a lot here, investing everything on this side, strong side, 100%. But these attacks, I mean, I guess Shadow could attack. This is another moment, you know, another important moment from Shadow. Do you attack? Do you get those juicy first strikes? You don't know what's behind the fog. There could be an artillery here. in this forest pointing at that city. So like, do you want to strike from that city? Oh, Ingogag is here. Yeah, welcome, welcome. So, doesn't... Okay, it's gonna take that out. Gonna start the capture. And this artillery is like so comfortable here. And, okay, decides to attack from the city. Doesn't get the kill and it's gonna get an... Okay, so does go for the first strikes. Interesting. And goes for the Neo Tank. This is the entering the Neo Tank stage that Jess wants to get in. The only thing from this is that, I mean, you don't know if you're gonna get struck back, no? By a copter, a tank, you're gonna get all these tanks taken out. So it's really tricky. So infantry taken out. Recon lives. Okay, now it dies. And he's gonna send these copters in to get some first strike. Well, just one copter. And it's okay, he's gonna take out the infantry there. Another roll. That was a nice roll. There's 30% chance. No, okay, this is very, very risky. Like sending a whole tank to finish up this tank. Like this tank can attack from here, put the artillery behind it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it takes that out, artillery takes that out with the infantry. It's gonna get the coup. Gonna interrupt there, send this tank over there. Just like attacking a little bit everywhere, no? A little bit on this side, a little bit on this side. And this Neo Tank is kinda like, oh, it was a base skip Neo Tank too. This Neo Tank is kinda like, okay, I know that Savage the Beast is investing everything here because that's where all the units are. I'm gonna make a Neo Tank to compensate for the lack of. So Shadow was able to like chip away at certain units here or there, you know, take a little bit of advantage on this side and on this side, but knows that in the long run, in a few turns, this side is gonna collapse because everything is being sent here. So he needs to like over-invest now to compensate. So yeah, the attack on the tank was really strong. And now makes a T-copter, which this I think is a really nice stage to make a T-copter. You can see how like the infantry flood stage is over. Like these are the last infantry from the flood, and these over here. And like in the whole process backwards towards the bases, there's no infantry. And because the income is so high, you're always making vehicles, so like there's very few infantry. So making a T-copter is really nice to then like speed up the process of replenishing your infantry members. So it's gonna take out those infantry. Use the block rock. Okay. It's for the firepower, I think. Let's see. But it doesn't have the comm tower though. I get those kills. I get vision and attack that anti-air. Ooh, doesn't take it out. The lack of comm tower really, really hurt. And then is it? Use the recon to take out the artillery. Oh my god. The lack of the comm tower, that's huge. All those like 1 HP leftover units. Oof. Okay. So I think it's pretty GG right now. Because Savage the Beast used the super and it didn't do a lot. And now Shadower has the super coming and it's like this new tank is gonna start eating stuff. He's already winning on this side with like, you know, the split force approach because this is the weak side of Savage the Beast, so it makes sense that he's winning here. And although he has very few units here, he does have a new tank coming and is starting to invest everything now to this side. So here comes Overdrive. It's gonna take that out, it's gonna take that tank and has the comm tower, so it's a lot of firepower boost. Oh, I guess it doesn't use the Neo tank. Maybe not to reveal it. But I wonder if could have used the Neo tank and then the tank to strike at the anti. Takes that out, sacks the infantry, sends the recon. Super glitchy with the fog, by the way. like the vision. And sends a bunch of heroes over here. Still sends a tank. And just like slowly, like here, Shadow was already winning, so just like slow push. Eventually maybe go for this city. And just trying to hold on here. You know, win here, hold on here. Does it? Okay, takes out that, and yeah, has to pull back. Has to pull back and doesn't even know that there's a Neo tank. It's gonna hurt. I do want to check the stats after the match is done because I want to see. So yeah, now Shadow is gonna keep pushing with the support of the Neo tank. Look how glitchy it is. The Neo tank is gonna sit in the city, which is perfect. It's gonna get shot at, but it's fine. Attack. It's just like really plunging forward. Using the T-Copter to accelerate these infantries. And recon, a little bit of like front switching. So maybe he doesn't want to go for this. I would assume he's gonna go for this city right here. You capture the city, you put an artillery in this forest. That's really strong. Makes a fighter. I guess because he revealed the Neo tank, so then he predicts that AWBW is gonna make a bomber to counter the Neo tank, so he preemptively makes a fighter. So shoots, leaves it at 7. It hurts, but it's not that bad. Honestly, you could have used the artillery to shoot at the tank. I don't know. I think shooting at a Neo tank is too... It's hard to resist, no? So it's gonna take all these out. Right, gonna take this tank out. Yeah, take that out. And can't clear the comm tower. And makes the bomber. It makes the bomber that Shadow was predicting because he revealed the Neo tank. So extra firepower from Jess from the city. I mean, anywhere, but also gets the defense and the firepower, so it's always nice. Takes out the recon, takes out the anti-air, the copter. And I guess there's too many copters from AWBW, so can't really attack here. Because they're kind of blocking. Needs more anti-air. Probably gonna make an anti-air right now. Because he sent this one in, so you have to make another one. And here, yeah, going for the city, he's gonna place artillery in the forest, nice. This is literally like going for small objectives, because winning here, going for that city, in the other front, delay the damage raise, like it's all about the small little things with his approach. So now it's gonna be some attacks here. Doesn't get the KO. I'm not sure that you want to keep attacking over here when you know that there's a bomber. I mean, when there's a Neo tank. Like maybe pull back a little bit and wait for the bomber to arrive and then you can attack. Because like Shadower knows that a bomber is not going to be in time. He's going to have 1 or 2 turns more to attack. Unless there's a Neo tank, but AWBW hasn't made a Neo tank. Okay, some nice attacks, first strikes, but it's all going to die. You can see the income lead from Shadower. It's pretty nice, but he's also ahead in unit value count. Because they're equal and it's his turn, it means that he's ahead. He's like half a turn ahead. Just from all the little engagements. He's gonna clean up everything here. Oh, the recon, yeah. So that one's gone. Okay, I attacked something there. Oh yeah, infantry. And oh, just going for attacks. Okay, no capturing, just attacks. Which is pretty crazy because now there's nothing here for AWBW. Just one lonely infantry against the world. You've played a Dance Wars for 10 minutes. Oh, thanks. Yeah, good luck on playing. It's a lot of fun. if you just make a user in Advanced Wars by Web and start playing against players. So now, after that little attack, he was able to get the charge for the super. Not sure what for, but he'll probably plunge in here, like that's the only reason why to use it. Sacks the little tank to then enable that KO, and then this tank is gonna come in and take this tank out. Wow. This one's gonna take that one out, probably take, oh yeah, artillery plus infantry, take this infantry out. Tank reaches the comm tower and takes out this recon. What else? Oh, okay, attacks the anti-air and also gets vision of artillery, so now the Neo tank can blast the artillery. Boom. Oh no, it's gonna take out all the infantry from Sarge. Okay, this is GG. Like, this is 100% GG. There's nothing. There's no units here. That was an interesting decision. Like, maybe I would have gone for the city capturing here or here, but instead Shadow was like, no, I'm gonna kill all the units. And yeah, keeping that anti-air chain, because there's no anti-air, like, he only has this fighter in the front lines to attack. But that was pretty big. And, you know, like as I was saying, like, there's nothing to answer this Neo tank. All this pushing forward from Orange, from Tires the Beast, it could have waited one more turn for this bomber to be like somewhere here, so then you could take out the Neo tank. But then again, Shadow was ready. He had the fighter. He had already predicted the bomber buy. So he uses Block Rock. I'm gonna assume to just get a bunch of strikes, but I can already feel the GG coming. Going for this capture. Oh, gets trapped. Wanted to attack the copter. Yeah, resigns. Damn. Shadower. Really good, eh? Really good info. I'm gonna have to look up more games from Shadower. I wanna look at the stats. Why not use Scop with those 3 copters flying around? You mean from Jess, like Shadower, who wouldn't have used the Scop there? Maybe. I mean, he was definitely very low in the anti-air department. Like, there was no anti-airs, there's only this one fighter. So yeah, these copters, there's 3 copters that were just going crazy. Because devoting a fighter, showing your hand with the fighter and devoting it to kill a copter is not ideal. You wanted to use it to kill the bomber, pretty much. So let's look at the stats. I wanted to check. Let's look at damage dealt, because this is pretty big. You can already see, like, from the very start, the damage that Savage the Beast did early was very little. A little recon harassment, but then Shadow was able to just get like much better engagements, and then progressively got better ones, got another one better. Then there was the first power, which was okay, and then another power. I guess both powers were kind of meh. They did the same amount of damage in this power than like the turn before, with no power. But then Shadow kept getting pretty good ones over this, and then this one was pretty big. This last one was a lot of damage. 46,000 damage. That's pretty big. And see, total funds. Yeah, the recon harassment didn't really pay off. Income. I think what really did it was the opening. You know, the recon harassment just didn't really pay off from Savage the Beast. Like, let's go to like turn 7. Where this recon is right here, it's not doing anything. It's already been 4 turns since it's been done, and it's not doing anything. 4 turns. So not only 4 turns means 4k less, because that's an infantry that's not, well, I guess, I don't know, something like that. It's a pretty big investment. And then I guess this one was okay with the shot, and then it went to repair, but the second one was not a good idea. This one. Oh wait, let me not get you crazy with the music, so I'll just put. I'll put this. Does it work? Okay. Let me get the music going so I don't get you guys dizzy. There you go. So I wanted to look at this. This recon was fine. This recon did its job. This second one was not very good. Now this recon is dead. And that's a pretty big investment. There's 2 recons, that's 1 whole tank less that you don't have. And since they're both gone, it's like you're 2 tanks down almost. It's a pretty big deal. And then over here, there's also this T-Copter, which is another tank less. Just the timing of the T-Copter, I think it was not ideal. And then there was a little bit of here, this mid game right here, this fighting from Savage the Beast. This tank could have been on the city, so that, you know, I know you get the extra 10% boost, but it was for what? It was to attack a recon. It's not worth it. Like, it's much better to save the tank. Like, these moments are so crucial in Fall. I guess in any mode, but it's like you're already behind on this front because of the recon plays. You want to make sure that on the other front you're doing your very best. So this tank should be on the city, like on the com tower. Maybe not take this fight right here. They could have maybe played a little more patiently. I don't know, it's tricky, but like take this out and then wait for like your whole investment to actually crush this side. Because you will crush it. It's just the little whittling down of Shadower. It's like, oh, I'm gonna take this tank trade right here and this little tank trade right here. And then this little tank overextending over here also. I don't agree with this. This tank could just stay here. This was a 2 HP tank, it's fine leaving it there. Let it repair. Just put it in this forest and then you have more tanks. I think it's just, we tend to very easily be like, I just want to kill it, and you just send something and you just kill it, and then you realize, oh no, but now I lost a whole tank to kill a 2 HP tank. Like, that's not pretty good. And you could have had that full HP or 9 HP tank later on to maybe attack this anti or maybe, you know, enable more attacks. But yeah, it's just the little whittling down, and then the Neo tank and the reinforcements from Shadow are here in time to then pull back the pressure. And kind of ends up winning both fronts. Like, won this one first. He held on to this one as much as possible until like the bigger investments came in a few turns later, and was able to then turn the tide on this side. Lots of copters. I guess Shadow needed more anti-air. There's maybe too many tanks. Like, this tank should have been an anti-air. But yeah, that was really nicely played by Shadower. Really, very interesting. A lot of like, you know, like thinking ahead. You know, makes a Neo tank, reveals the Neo tank, or makes a fighter because he knows that a bomber's gonna be coming in. There's a lot of that stuff. Really, really important in Fog. Let's see. Oof, there's one between. Oh, this is Brother Long, I think. You seek a battle. Just one battle. Not sure. I was thinking of doing another review with a replay viewer, but I think I gotta go to the bathroom right now. So I'll be back in a second. I'll be right back. I'll leave you with the sensei music and this big fight. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Wait, did the music stop when I left? It shouldn't have stopped, but I think it might have. I wanted to look at a game that I had. Oh, I did mute everything? Shit. I think it's because I took off my AirPods and stopped the music for some reason. I'll keep that in mind for next time. There's one game that I wanted to look at. Where is it? Oh, I think it's this one. And it's a very long one. It's a very long game. But this one is crazy. If you guys want to watch it, it's a very intense. I'll do like this. I should probably like do full screen now, something like this. Oh, there you go. That's nice. Get the stuff nicely aligned. There you go. It almost looks like it's a YouTube video. And I guess the music. But I'm gonna leave the music. Maybe, you know, I wanna use it to like... Just show some of my recent games if you want some short games. Wait, there was actually... yes. I had one actually in mind of your singular. The one of the map, the mixed space map of the tourney. It ended like turn 6 or 7 something. But it got deleted. So I don't have it. What if I put this over here? There you go. So now I can manage the music. I can put this like random. And now look at that, look at that. I can change the music. Okay, enough fooling around. I wanted to look at this match because it's a good one and it's pretty long, so hopefully you don't get bored. Inkugarg, we need you to make a YouTube channel and teach us your pro tips. When are you coming back to Global League, by the way? It's like you, Go7, Voice of Akasha, Reimer. I think Reimer is back, but I'm not sure. I think he left Global League, I'm not sure. But it's like all the very top players are kind of gone from the Global League right now. I guess it's because of the tournaments. There's so many tournaments going, and I can see that. Like I got also kind of overwhelmed with the tournament matches. Okay, we got this match. I've been wanting to cover this game. I'll just like watch it because I didn't really get to watch it. I kind of like super glimpsed over it, but I know it was crazy. Tournaments too good. The tournaments are good, right? Like I agree. I've been having fun with the tournaments, except with maybe some maps that are kind of, but most of them have been really good. Maybe when American Cup. Oh yeah, and the DC12. Yeah, the Discord Cup. Damn. Man, that one is insane. The Discord Cup 12 is like, it's like, you know, the Thanos, like the Infinity Wars level epic battle kind of finale. Like it's insane. I like Voice of Akasha, Inkugarg, Operation Mechstorm. I think Operation Mechstorm and Voice of Akasha have to play. I think they haven't started their match yet. And I think that's the semi-final. Did you make it to the final, Inkugarg? You're just waiting on them, I think, to play the final. Because the last one you played was against Master of Math in that weird map that I know, it was very confusing. It was a very strange mixed base map. No, Sunja Mirrors? Never. Okay, let's start with a map. So, I guess you all know this map. It's cross-country rivalry. You know, base light, you got this airport. Very delayed airport. So yeah, you have to take it out. You have to take it out. You usually see an artillery or an infantry. I got Eagle Max. Very classic matchup. Let's actually switch these guys around. Oh, using the replay viewer after using the sights replay thing is like such a big difference. It's like so much nicer. I wish this would be like applied into the site. It would be huge. Like you click the replay thing and maybe there's like an option you go click and it sends you to a different tab and it has this kind of thing. That would be like, oof, so cool. Is you versus Wisavakasha or Maxton in the grand finals? Yeah. Oh man, that tournament has been crazy. There's so many good players. Okay, so this is Starflash, and this is, oh by the way, this is Xie. Xie is like is a Chinese top player of Fog. I think he only plays Fog. Yeah, I think he only plays Fog. Very good player of Fog. And and Starflash, we all know Starflash. Starflash is amazing. And very aggressive play from Starflash. You know, all right. So let's see what goes on, because these two are like super different. No, Eagle and Max are always like the most explosive matchup of tier 2, and a classic of tier 2 also. A classic that doesn't involve Olaf, because we hate Olaf. But we have a recon here. Day 3? Yeah, day 3 recon from Max. That makes sense. Trying to put the pressure on. And you got the artillery from Eagle. More chill. I want to get my airport approach. Once the airport is up and running and online, which takes a little bit, like it really does take a little bit to get online. Once that's online, this is your strong side. Like purple, this is your strong side because of the airport, and this will be your weak side. But up until then, it's really like, you don't know, space light. You can choose one side or the other. And the airport does really take quite a bit of time. And there tends to be a lot of fighting over these two, like the comp tower in this city, maybe these as well, just before the airport. So a lot of games just get decided before the airport. It's pretty crazy. Oh, you got a game? Okay, good luck. Good luck, Coffee. See you later. So, let's see. Ideally, Max wants to get the pressure, no? Wants to get a lot of harassment and get an income lead and a lot of damage dealt before the lightning strike, so that he can like weather out the lightning strike. That's the whole plan of Max. So aggressive opening, recon, to get that damage done early, not let Eagle set up. And on the other hand, Eagle, just wants to chill, just wants to build up for a very strong lightning strike. So it goes for the artillery play instead of taking this out. And goes for tank, more defensive approach to defend from recons. Starflash did like rush this comp tower, which I just noticed. He kind of like skipped. I think he skipped the city and went for this comp tower because, yeah, actually got it. So I probably counted like, okay, day 3 recon, can't cancel my comp tower, so he went for that. And that's really good, because if you can't get your comp tower early on this map, it's like you're never gonna get it unless you like invest very heavily. So I got it. He's gonna get shot by the recon, and he's gonna get a nice shot here by Xie. So the recon's kind of paying off, really countering the greedy approach of Starflash with Eagle. It's gonna get these 2 hits. And also another thing is that in base light, because there's less infantry, every hit you get on infantry is like more valuable. Aggressive players. Oh, this is a replay viewer. I usually have it linked in every YouTube video. It's an app. It's like a thing that you download onto your computer, and you're able to download the replay from the site, and then you dump it into this program, and you can view it like this, which looks really nice. I think ideally they want to like have this onto the site, which would be huge. I would love that. So Starflash is gonna get the airport. It's gonna go over here. It's gonna hide the infantry, and that's gonna be. These are gonna be the last hits that Shia is gonna get from these recons. The last 3 hits. Let's put it like that with the recon. Which they did their job. No, they got this hit. Sadly, couldn't get the comm tower interrupt. I think Starflash really had that planned out of like, oh, I'm gonna get this comm tower right before a day 3 recon can get there. So that was really, really good. It's gonna take out that infantry. It's gonna go for this comm tower. It's actually gonna try to go for Starflash's comm tower. I don't think she is gonna get it. And yeah, I'm pulling back. These are 2 very good players. These are 2 very, very, very good players. Very, very smart fog players. Oh, you see that? Starflash interrupts this capture to get vision, so the tank can sit here and attack the infantry. Interesting decisions, and gets the kill here. And I guess he's gonna send this infantry to get this thing. And yeah, obviously interrupts the capture over here. So now we're in the mid game. We're done with the capture phase. Now we're in the mid game, and this is again like, where do I attack? How do I attack? Do I attack? This is like very important. Like after the early game is the opening, like the recon, the 3. Okay, that's done. Now it's the mid game. What's gonna happen now? Shia gets the comm tower, and he's gonna go for this city right here, and gets a little strike from the comm tower, which is really nice. This is gonna force Starflash to use tanks or not, but then Shia can retaliate with tanks. It's gonna reveal over here. They're kind of doing like split forces. They're both going like half and half, which tends to be pretty common in base light. I feel like in base light fog, because you kind of want to see what's going on both sides, and then maybe you dedicate onto one front. Starflash is gonna go here. Okay, has the artillery set up. It's gonna. Oh, okay. Yeah, Starflash really skipping a lot of these cities. He is behind in income. This one is probably maybe too much. I mean, it is protected by the artillery, right? Like it's covering those 2 tiles, but decisions. And a lot of tanks by Eagle, which is perfect. Like, I guess couldn't afford a. I guess could have made a copter, but lots of tanks is really good as Eagle. Get very defensive. So she gonna keep putting on the pressure. Is gonna try to flip this comm tower. Hasn't even gone for the airport just yet. Like, I guess that's why Starflash made more tanks. It's like I don't even need anti. I can just make tanks because that's all that there's gonna be for now. And just like really try to hold on over here. And she is gonna interrupt the capture here. Oof. So more decisions. What is Starflash gonna do? Are you gonna interrupt this capture? Do you have to commit more units? It's tough. So actually gets this city, which is really nice. They both get it. That's a very contested city. And decides to go for the infantry instead of the recon to interrupt the comm tower, because Starflash does not want to be like 0 comm tower versus 2 comm tower max. So big deal. Uses this tank, and okay, I was gonna get a first strike on the other tank. Oof, the max strength. Strong. This does mean that this tank is gonna get a nice shot over here. But there's gonna be more tanks coming in. Artillery shooting and tank shooting and just taking away all the infantry. Now you can see that she has no infantry down here. There's 1 here, 1 here, and then there's 3 more here. Like this is just like classic base light. Very little infantry. And actually base skip to get a copter, which I guess is fine. So we got our first power. That was a pretty good turn by Starflash, I guess. But here comes Max. So we got the anti-air to take out the infantry. And we're gonna take out that tank. Oh, I thought maybe the recon could have looped around. T2, 4, 6, 8. No, that can't reach. Oof. To hit the artillery, but no. It's gonna hit there. Damage an infantry. Okay. Okay, it wasn't the best power, I feel like. Maybe maybe that power could have been saved up to have a better one later, because now you're in the stage that Eagle is gonna get lightning strike before you can have another good max power. So we'll see what happens here. Just all of those tanks that Starflash made are paying off right now to hold off the pressure over here. And get some copters going. These copters are gonna be really nice. This composition right here is really nice for Starflash. Artillery, a lot of infantry, 2 tanks, 2 copters, like he can deal with everything. This forces Max to have to make anti-air. And like he can deal with the anti-air with his tanks. It's just really nice. And being able to damage these 2 tanks was also pretty big. Instead of killing one, he damaged both. So now she is gonna have a harder time dealing with these tanks, which makes his anti-air worse, I guess. So looking really good for Starflash, I would say right now. He already has 5 of the 9 little thingies for the super. He's gonna join cap here. Wow, I was left at 1. I was left at 1 of that capture thing. That's crazy. Let's see if Shia can actually flip that com tower. He's really committing everything that he has over here, even like putting his infantry here for like, I don't know, just to block, I guess. Probably gonna send, oh okay, I thought he was gonna put the recon here. No. It's not even going for the airport. It has not gone for the airport yet. Crazy. He's gonna take out that infantry and pulling back from this side. Okay. Because we're getting very close to the Eagle super. So I think everything here is gonna crumble. That dies. That's going to die. And it's actually gonna leave the com tower? No way. Was that a misclick? Oh no, because it's at 1. Yeah, he has to kill the infantry. He can't leave it at 1. He has to kill the infantry, so like to prevent the com tower. So, wow. Okay, so yeah, that com tower is gonna get flipped. That means 2 tower max versus 0 tower Eagle, and it's gonna go forward for some attacks, take out all the infantry, and start the com tower cap. I'm gonna put this. Wow, this is very aggressive positioning by Starflash. Very risky. There's so many tanks here, so many units from here. So first thing, gets the tower, and there's nothing here. Everything's gonna die out here. There's nothing. It's gonna charge forward over here, which is where all the army is. Doesn't get the KO there. And it's gonna get that KO, and it's gonna take out this tank probably to then, yeah, strike with the tank at the oof, takes it out, 1 blow. And has these other reinforcements, and makes a medium tank. Now, you know, you've probably heard from me before, the medium tanks in Fog are pretty bad. And, you know, they are. But, if you've seen Ingogard use them as max against Eagle in that video that I had, he used them really well. I guess Max can make some medium tanks against Eagle because they provide that defensive nature that they have to prevent Eagle from having a very good lightning strike. Starflash sending this tank to get vision. He knows everything is dead here. So we're just gonna clean up a little bit. But the thing is that there's no infantry. There's no infantry for Starflash to capitalize. Invested all of those tanks in this side and has nothing to capture. So Shia did the, you know, like sacked everything here, and everything died. But now there's no infantry from Starflash to capitalize. So that's a pretty big deal. Because if Starflash would have had an infantry, like a single infantry to capture, it could have captured this, could have captured this, could have even gotten the airport. But no, that is not the case. And Starflash going really aggressive everywhere. Oh, you know why? Because, you know why? It's because lightning strike. And so, oof, this might really hurt. This tank is gonna come down here. Let's see. That infantry is gone. Anti-air is gone. That tank is gone. What was that? The tank and the tank. And yeah, there's just nothing left here. And now it's like, look at the unit count. Max has 9 units left. 9 and 42,000 unit value left versus 90, almost 20 versus like what? Like yeah, you can use the super, but what? Let's see if she decides to use the super. They're actually at equal income. So yeah, max blast. The medium tank comes right off the base, takes out a tank, takes out the copter, it's gonna clean up all these infantry. So again, Starflash is gonna have no infantry. Doesn't have anything here, like no infantry here, and now has no infantry on this side. It just cleans up a little bit of these units, but yeah, this side is like, there's nothing. There could be an infantry capping this HQ or something like that now. Now it's Starflash's turn again. Starflash starting ahead in unit value and unit count as Eagle. Crazy, but no infantry, so that is really gonna hurt. The lack of infantry is crazy, and it's gonna take them so long, no? Like, look, this infantry next turn is gonna be here, next turn is gonna be here, and then here. Right now, this one as well. Like, it's just so far away. There's just so many turns necessary, and then like it's gonna give enough time for Shia to come back and recover this area, and just pulling back. So you're good. Kind of like trying to regroup and make more army, and also try to capitalize. Like I think Starflash wants to go over here and try to capture stuff. Yeah, look at that. Just kind of like shifting everything over there. Are you supposed to get the airport as max here? You use an infantry. I've seen a lot of people do that. I think I've done it also. You just use the infantry and you shoot down the missile in like 2 or 3 turns. Some people make an artillery as max, but man, I don't. I think you just use an infantry. It makes a neo tank. Wow. Wait, this tank. Okay, yeah, shifts over here. Makes a medium tank of his own. I guess to maybe counter this medium tank. Not enough copters, maybe. Okay, you see here, this infantry is gonna start shooting at this missile. And okay, Shia knows. I think he's afraid of losing everything here, so he's also trying to shift everything to this side. Predicting this front shift from Starflash. Starflash is also really good at front switching. Really good at that. And he is good at like catching you off guard with that. Also maybe like fake front switching, like he'll like front switch a little bit and you're like, oh my god, no, I have to send everything there, and then you send everything to that side, and then actually it was just like 1 tank or 2 tanks, and then on the other side he's crushing you. If Max were to cup the airport, how do you normally do it? You just use the infantry or artillery. With 2 normal infantry, you can destroy the missile in 2 turns. Oh, 2 turns? Okay. Yeah, so I guess they do 2 damage, no? So infantry does 2 damage, 2 damage. I guess they cannot take it down. And as you lower the HP, the defense becomes less. So that's what she is gonna try to do. Got vision first and then attack. But she has so few units. Has 14 units against 21. And doesn't have the airport, so can't even like increase unit count. So it's kind of stuck in this like lower unit count just area, but equal income, so it's okay. The more that it prolongs, I guess the unit count is less gonna be impactful. Starflash gonna go for this one. I wonder if he's gonna skip and go for a com tower. He's gonna go for this com tower actually, and just have everything here, just like pile every single unit over here. And she is like, no, I'm gonna interrupt that, and gets vision of everything. He's gonna try to take out this airport. He needs that airport like as soon as possible. He needs that airport like yesterday. Because he needs it to like fight off this, to make copters to take out Eagle's copters instead of making anti-air. It's just so important to get this airport. Takes out the tank with a new tank, brings the medium tank over here, and gets us some first strikes, and starts shifting everything. I guess saw that everything was here, was like, whoops, nope, never mind, starts shifting everything. And sends a few infantry to maybe like have some presence of some kind. And defend these properties as well. Now Starflash is gonna go for this capture, very greedy. Gonna go for really aggressive attacks too. And doesn't get the kill. Oh, I mean, never mind. Oh wait, but it would have been important because then you can block this tile, so that the neo tank doesn't attack the medium tank. But it's gonna take out all of these tanks. There's so many tanks from Starflash. And plus this very nice artillery here pointing over here is probably where she is gonna want to attack. Keeps making copters, just keep increasing that unit count, more unit count. Oh well, never mind, he base skipped, so disregard what I said. And ooh, max force. Okay, so again, that's a very important decision because she has to decide, do I use max force right now? I mean, I guess he's kind of losing, so he has to, but this max force will be the last power that she will use before the next lightning strike. And like, probably one of the best things that you can do against Eagle and Olaf as max is like to wait until they have their power charged over here or something, and then you use a power like a max blast or a max force to like destroy a lot of units so that it overcharges that. But she decides not to do that. Decides not to hold it, decides to use it. Gonna get some vision and just take out a recon with a medium tank. It's gonna finally take out the missile and start capturing. Takes out a copter. Let's see. Ooh, that one shots the medium tank. That's pretty nice. I think that this new tank has paid for itself. Kill a tank and a medium tank. It's pretty nice. And so that look, it's just perfectly at the super for Eagle. So like no overcharge whatsoever. So that is pretty ideal for Eagle. AA killing copter should have before activating max force. Yeah. Yep, to get that extra charge, because now Max is gonna have like no charge I think left. Like, and after a lightning strike. So let's see what Eagle can do. These copters are gonna go crazy over here. It's gonna start this capture. Shoots at the neon tank. And it's probably gonna start just destroying everything. Yep. It's gonna get some more vision. I guess there's a lot of like damaged tanks, so it's really hard to get those first strikes. But the attack there. And we got lightning strike. So it's gonna get some shots at that medium tank. This anti is not gonna reach because no power is anywhere near. And it's gonna shoot again at that neo tank. And yeah, again, 23 units Eagle, 13 units Max. Oh hey Gosen. Yeah, this game is not very recent. I think it's from a few months ago. I think. I mean, it's kind of recent. I don't remember. I'll have to check. But I remember it being crazy, and I was like, I have to review it. Eagle is a fair CO. Eagle is the best CO. What are you talking about? Well, I'm not sure if he's the best CO, but he's the coolest CO. Maybe Sammy wins that fight. I don't know. Sammy's also really cool. So Max is going in, attacking, kinda has to pull back, no power to like retaliate. Is gonna interrupt the capture. It's looking really, really good for Eagle, for Starflash. Grim is the coolest, everyone knows that. Well, that's why I have the theme song of Grim. Yeah, Lightning Strike is definitely the best power. Like, it's the one that scales the most. Like, in the theoretical maximum endgame, Eagle's Lightning Strike is the best one. 50 mega tanks with Lightning Strike are gonna beat any other CO's 50 mega tank. So, cleaning up here, I wonder. Okay, no, he's gonna back off and probably start. Yeah, start with that one. It's gonna add some. It just keeps putting the pressure on stuff right here. He is known to be a very aggressive player. Even though he is the stallier CO, he likes to keep on the pressure. Maybe to like keep the tempo, no? Like keep control of the game, which is always good as a stallier CO. You know, there was that match that we covered earlier with Hawk and Sasha, and Hawk was putting the pressure on instead of Sasha. Like, having control of the game is just so big. You can determine where the fights are taking place. That copter's dead, another copter's dead, and we get our max force. There's just so few units from Shi. Oh, I guess gets another copter kill with that max force. And okay, gets the other copter. It's gonna interrupt that capture. Ooh, yeah, imagine if Eagle got the 2 com towers. That would have been crazy. And that was it. That was a weird max power, to be honest. I think it enabled this copter kill and this interrupt maybe. That was it. Has there ever been a cool game with Javier? Ooh, you know what? I wanna get a good Javier game. I haven't done any. I think it's just it's not a CO that's used a lot, so I have to find a good game with Javier. And yeah, hi Cortens, welcome. Power of Money. Power of Money is that one the power, no, of Colin, the normal power. Yeah, that was good. But it's just Lightning Strike can end the game. It's a game-ending superpower. I mean, Power of Money is really good, like just as a constantly using power. But if you're like thinking of like one power, like a one-use power at its maximum capacity, I feel like Lightning Strike is just the better. It just ends the game right there and then. Oh, Power of Money is a super. Yeah, I guess that could be, yeah. In the theoretical, you know, you have infinite money and 50 mega tanks. I guess Power of Money would just delete everything. Oh right, yeah, the Croffy game. Yeah. Yeah, that game was crazy. That one like was all the way to day limit or something like that. Yeah, 50 megatons with a one shot is probably best. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess the Power of Money is better than Lightning Strike in that scenario. So actually, we're back to 1 tower and 1 tower. Max had been having these 2 towers all this time, and now Eagle has both. Eagle has 1, so they're equal. And we finally see the first copter, I think, from Max. So that's gonna start being really nice for Max to maybe recover. And the medium tanks are doing a really good job actually. Like they're not being able to be hit by all these tanks. And although Starclash has the unit count lead, his unit value has dropped a lot because of all these. There's a lot of damaged tanks. And it's almost like Shie copied Inkugark, or Inkugark copied Shie with a max medium tanks against Eagle. Man, these medium tanks, these max medium tanks. Whoa. Why didn't he shoot? Oh, he didn't have vision, okay. So it's gonna take that out. And just pulling everything over here. I think I'm gonna change the song. No, not this one. Oh, this one's good. I like Nell's song. Yeah, Eagle would not be Eagle without Lightning Strike. It's like the only thing that he has going. So we're back at again the same thing. We're back to fighting over this area. We're equal income, 18k, equal com tower, and still Eagle is ahead in unit count, but a little behind in unit value. So it's almost like it's even, but you could also say that maybe it's more favorable for Eagle, because if it's even, then Eagle is happy, and so he can just pull back like Eagle just did. Huh? Just wait to build up army, and then let Max come to you, and then use Lightning Strike. So actually taking this out, there's no infantry over here for Max, for Shie, so that's a little bit hurtful. You do need to have those infantry. I guess making the medium tanks also helps to make more infantry. The copter, infantry, yeah. The lack of infantry is really noticeable, but it's just base-like things. Oops. Yeah, the only things that Starclash has here are artillery to deal with these medium tanks. But it's really hard, no? And Fog is like, you have to predict where the medium tank is going to go to be able to hit with the artillery to the medium tank. So you have to like set up a trap or set up a thing. It's really tricky. I guess the copters can help, but you kind of need like 2 or 3 copters. and have the medium tank not be sitting on a city. Or just make your own medium tank. That too. I think a bomber would be nice, but it might be too expensive. So she going again for the double counter and doing a little bit of a split force, like focusing like 70% here and I don't know, 20 or 30% over here, which I think is smart. Do the shadower approach, go for this city, start taking away Eagle's income, and I think Starfire is going for the more death ball. I'm just gonna put everything over here. I have one crushing lightning strike to finally finish the game. And so Starflash is like, you're not gonna get my counter. I'm just gonna you know, boop, just poke at it and to like delay it and point the artillery, so that then you can just shoot at it with the artillery instead of dedicating an infantry. And yeah, just putting everything. Probably this infantry, yeah, it's gonna stay here, but completely leaving this city over here. So this is gonna be dangerous for Starflash. Eventually, he needs to start sending stuff over here. Now all the copters, every single turn has been a copter build for Max. He's like, I need that unit count. So yeah, makes a copter here, realizes that something needs to be done over here. Nice recon with a vision in the middle. And like doesn't have to attack, it's just Eagle, just sitting back. Very questionable to try and fight Max in range of his airport. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, this airport is really, really strong. I guess maybe Starflash could try to dedicate everything over here, try to flip this comm tower and just like stay here near the comm tower, I mean near the airport. But it's just like states of the game, no? Like I guess he kind of found himself here, like fighting a lot here, and then it's like really hard to be like, okay, I can send everything here. It's gonna take me like 3 or 4 turns, and by the time he might have lost all of his stuff. It's really tricky. You're kind of like committed. So going for this capture, why that capture? Why not this one? Oh, I guess the anti couldn't cover. And this one, I mean this one doesn't cover either, but another copter. Oh, no copter. Okay, just building a lot of forces and having these medium tanks on high defense terrain, but it has no recons though. One is coming. I feel like these are the moments where you need recons. And Starflash has already like, it's like, I have this recon, I have the vision. Oh, I guess there's one here for Max. But you really want to recon over here to get that vision. Copter. Because, like, Starflash doesn't see what's behind the fog. Like, he had seen it from before, but maybe Max is just like shifting everything down here, so it doesn't really know. Kind of pulls back, which is smart. There's a medium tank here covering. So Max is going for the city. Is there a front switch? Okay, yeah. So it looks like she is gonna front switch actually. So going against the wise words of Inkogark, he should instead just dedicate here. But it's tricky, you know, because wherever Eagle is invested and has this like death ball, it's like lightning strike is gonna hit you and then boom, the game ends. Oh, that's a nice little artillery placement. But Starfire is getting impatient, I feel like. Managed to do a ton of damage to ever attack into Eagle. Yeah, and I feel like also, like, this is not a very nice position for Max, because Max has no charge. And Eagle has half charge. So, like, Max would love to have, like, somewhere around here of charge, so that then he can threaten and have a good turn to then overcharge, but it's going to be really tricky to do that if they're both at the same amount of charge left for powers. Yeah, after 2 lightning strikes and it's still even, it's crazy. Although, look at this. Look at this arm. Like, oof, that is crazy. Like a lightning strike with this, pretty brutal. He's gonna go again for this counter. She really wants to have the double counter, and actually now has the income lead. But you do need more than that. You do need like, I don't know, 4k difference. And also just sees everything now. This recon, really, really valuable. It's the one that was slipping really slowly from here. It's now eventually made it over here. Really crucial for these moments of like big unit army buildup. You really need that vision, so you know what they have. You know what the army is, and then you can know what and how to attack. You know, try to make it as standard as possible, so you can get all the tactics right. So it takes out the vision and gets a few attacks. I guess it's just gonna like keep staying back. Like don't attack into this, because whoever attacks first is kind of like going to lose right here. These little death ball scenarios. Yeah, pulling back and like trading down a little bit just to get a little bit more charge, which is kind of like a double-edged sword, because it means that Eagle is closer to the super, Max is also closer to the super. Going for these two cities is really big deal. I think Eagle, Starflash overlooking this side is maybe gonna end up like hurting him in the end, because that's already a city that he lost for free, and now there's two city captures. And there's an anti-air like pointing at both of them, so can't really use copters to interrupt this. I mean, can, but at a very big cost. And now Max is gonna take that out. It's gonna sit on this lab and take that out. Gonna get some infantry fights or engagements. And just like sitting back, just waiting patiently to see who's gonna pounce first. Because yeah, it's so close. Artillery shooting. Copter. Oof. It's gonna get so close to a super. Who's gonna get the super first? Make your bets. Oh, so much army for Eagle. And like now the medium tank threat from Max, I feel like it's not that big, because there's 2 artillery, there's a medium tank, and there's 4 or 5 copters. But Starflash is giving away 2 cities. What? Why? Why are you giving 2 cities? Oh my god. Wow. No. 21 to 15k just like that. Wow. Starflash, if you're here, we need answers. And here comes the Max Force. She is always going for the Max Force. The Eagle Cop? Yeah, no, the Eagle, it's like using it for extra stats on. But it's like, why would you use it if it means you won't be using Lightning Strike, which is like insanely strong. But yeah, using Max Force means that Max is gonna plunge in. He's gonna try to do as much damage as possible, and let's see if he can overcharge as much as possible. So, has taken 1 tank so far, damaged 1 artillery. I get a 2nd tank, takes out the 3rd tank, and okay, a 2nd artillery, and a recon for vision. And it's gonna keep all these copters away, like kind of like, you know, just like they're waiting patiently. And so now it's like Lightning Strike. Is this gonna sting? Probably. There's no artillery though. So let's see what Starflash is able to do. Takes out a copter, tank, another copter, tank, another tank. Does 0 damage to the medium tank. He's gonna boom at the medium tank. And he's gonna use Lightning Strike. And it's gonna interrupt that capture. Okay, dedicating this tank to take out this infantry. Okay. Medium tank to take out the anti-air. These copters. It finally takes out the medium tank and the anti-air, strikes at a copter. These are all like looking, they're like, They're like waiting. They're like, where are the reinforcements? We're hiding here in secret. And okay. It was a good lightning strike. I guess that Max Force was pretty good. He was able to take out a lot of stuff, and there's these two medium tanks sitting on high defense terrain. Again, pulling an Inkugark with the max medium tanks, and these copters waiting was really good too. So now he actually has something to retaliate with. If he's able to take out these anti-airs and these copters, then these copters are gonna go crazy. So that's probably what he's gonna try to do. Take out the anti-air, take out these copters, take out the other one on the medium tank. That's very nice. Take out the other copter, finish up the medium tank, and yeah, take out this anti-air. So that's huge. Now there's no anti-air. There's a few copters. Well, quite a few actually. And now she is ahead in unit value and in income by quite ahead. Like all of this fighting of the lightning strike has given no value to Starflash, sadly. He was not able to capture this city or this city, and he's lost these, and so now he's having to invest over here to flip them over. So now copters are going to have to be used to take out copters. And oh, Starflash resigns. Oh, it's day 32 already. Wow, that was a long game. I didn't even realize. That was crazy. Wow. Yeah, it was looking very good for Max. I really think that these cities should not have been flipped for free. I know that maybe dedicating a copter would have been like a lot, but oof, just being behind so much income, and then you have to like dedicate so much to be able to flip it, and dedicate a lot when you don't have a lot because unit value has been brought down a lot. So I think probably Inkugark is right. Starflash and Eagles should just like shift it down here and like just sit here in the strong side where the airport is. Because now these medium tanks are alive and well. These copters are gonna die because there's more copters coming, and this is like this is where the airport is. So these copters are just gonna keep pumping out every single turn and taking out everything, any air defense, while Starflash has to make anti-airs, which is not a tank. That takes like 2 or 3 turns to arrive, and copters made from here take forever to arrive. So definitely not advantageous for Starflash to fight over here. So yeah, it wasn't looking very good. Damn, that's crazy. Hopeless to try and beat Max in range of his airport in a base light map. Yeah. I think there was also a lot of things. A lot of like infantry scarcity, if you want to call it, I guess. It was crazy how like it was looking really good for Starflash, like so far. Like this was like pretty good. Like there was this max force turn, which was like more or less. And then like it was still looking really good, and like even before the lightning strike from Starflash, it was looking really good. And is able to take out everything from here, and also not having the airport for Max. Oh, that hurts so much. Like the overinvestment of not having the airport to try to win faster in other areas didn't pay off because he didn't win in other areas. But I think maybe also there's a little bit of an overextension. Then it gets blasted. But then this was still really good for Eagle, equal income, unit build up. But I think this is probably the moment where Starflash could have just pulled everything down here. Like after this first lightning strike fight, could have just like shifted everything instead of up here to try to capture stuff, to just go down here and capture these two things and have the strength of the airport nearby, which would be huge. I mean, lightning strike with the airport next by is like insane. Like literally, like you make the copter you made is gonna hit 2 hits during lightning strike, and then you make another copter and it gets another hit. So yeah, it would have been really strong for I think Starflash here to instead of shift up to the top to shift down here with everything. Like from here, go here to the middle, and then like over here and try to go for this area right here instead of over to the top. Because that's when Max gets the airport. And there's a lot of fighting, and there's a really good lightning strike, but yeah, then he keeps fighting with the medium tanks, and then the airport is active, and then it's just really tricky to keep fighting there. And then loses these cities, which is a really big deal. and then the lightning strike. Damn, this lightning strike would have been so much better. I mean, it was really good, no? But it's just the max force turn was pretty strong and kind of crippled the lightning strike. It still did like 90,000 worth of damage and 12 units killed. It was a wild game. These two guys are really good. Yeah, insane. Just Eagle Max is crazy. Wait, so who ended up winning? I forgot. Oh yeah, Shia won. Okay. I guess another max win for that matchup. I thought that Eagle actually was gonna win. I guess I remembered incorrectly. Also kind of pointless. You mean like to fight on the top? Yeah. I agree. I mean, I think because you already have this, and maybe the city. I think it's just like a matter of like took that decision of like moving forward, moved to the top, and then was already committed there. So it's like, okay, I just have to go with it because front shifting at that point is like too late. There's like 3 or 4 turns to reinforce from the ones near the corner, right? That's so long. You mean from these bases? Yeah, the reinforcements lines are very awkward. Like this one especially. This one gets really fast to this area, but takes a little bit more time to get down here. This one is a little bit better. It does like 1, 2, 3 turns. You can still go this way. But I think it's a pretty cool map. It's a baseline fog map that is not high income. Has a very strange dynamic with the airport, which comes in really late and you have to invest in it. I think there's a lot of decisions to be made in this map. And I think maybe, I mean me for sure, but probably most of us haven't really figured out how to play this map until like the very end, because it's not in rotation anymore. But oh, if I watched your game on your, yeah, I remember you were like, I think you were Lash, against Rachel, and you had pushed really far in, like I think you were down here and you were pushing over here, and you were sitting on this forest or something. Didn't you end up losing that match? I thought you had, like, I was sure you were gonna win that match, but somehow you ended up losing. Okay, see you later, Orican. Thanks for coming by. I'll probably end the stream after this though. I need to watch it again? Okay, I'll have to look it up. But yeah, I remember that one was pretty crazy. I think this map is very interesting. It is one of the few smaller size fog maps. And there's this thing with the airport. It's a very important decision that you have to take. It affects also your CO, no? With max, you have to use infantry. Kind of makes also, if you make the artillery, it kind of slows you down. So like the whole thing of max got really good value from these recons, except for Starflash, like mind reading and planning this to get the com tower. I was able to get 2 nice little hits there, but that was it. I don't know. I think it's an interesting map. I like it. I think I played it a few times. My win rate is probably half and half. Let's see. Should I do another game? I think I'm gonna leave it. I think you're gonna stream now, Gosan, no? Yeah, if you have it, I'll watch it. If you can send it to me, I'll watch it for sure. Anyways, I think that'll be it for me. Maybe. I really like looking at games, looking at replays, and analyzing what these players do. I'm gonna have to find one from all of the top players. Like today we saw Shallower, we saw Starflash and Shie, and now we gotta watch Go7, Inkugarg, Dread. There's a lot to watch. They all play differently. They all have different approaches. Oh, Go7, if you're still here, do you hear that what Shadower said about his approach to Fog? I think it's very similar to yours. Oh, so it's not gonna stream until in 3 hours? Well, here it's 9 p.m., so I think I'm gonna go have dinner. Yeah, I asked him on the Discord today. Because he said he learned a few things from my videos. And I was like, oh, cool. So now you can give me a few tips from Fog in exchange. And he was like, oh, I don't know. And he kind of just said what his kind of approach in Fog was. And I was like, you know, instead of deathballing, he was like, I don't like to deathball in Fog. I like to do split fronts and like invest equally on both sides and try to like chip away here, and go for like little objectives here or there, a little city here, and that kind of thing. And so we went through a match against Savage the Beast in Boomerang Step, Boomerang Step, I can't even talk, where like it was very clear that approach that he was on. Yeah, I know. I've seen that in your streams, and you always do that, and it's very interesting. Oh, you do a lot of front switching? Do you? Okay. I thought you didn't do a lot of front switching. But I guess you haven't been playing a lot of Fog lately, either. Oh, that's what you're known for? Aren't you known for doing like specific openings? Like reading your opponent and being like, oh, I'm gonna do this opening because I know they're gonna do this thing. A lot of planning. That's a lot of studying and planning. I guess we're gonna have to wait for you to come to the Global League. Or maybe watch some of the tourney Fog matches. Because you're in the Smacky one, waiting for the finals. Which I don't know when that's gonna happen. It's gonna take a bit. The Smacky Cup is a little bit delayed. Anyways, is there anyone else streaming and I can like send everyone there or something? Let's see, Discord. Oh, your stream is in 3 hours? I'm probably gonna go have dinner right now. So, anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you had a good time. And I will see you later. Bye.